if I was Floyd and he was me,
Yeah.
he wouldn't never have to fight again because that exhibition shit,
Yeah.
as me being his little brother, hey, little bro, we finna do 10 rounds and we both gonna get 100+ million for it.
Right.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
Right.
well, I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Right.
And you ain't never got to box again.
Yeah. You know the deal. We back again. Yo. A round of applause for Jersey's finest. A lot of content creators not worthy, but they minus. They get offended and start singing like the whiners. Talking like they tough, but it's only screaming and whining. My homie JusDueBoxing was the cat you don't come to. Your squad get run through. By the time you come to, you duck food. You suckers talk tough on the internet, revealing all your threats. Now we got you trapped in the net. JusDueBoxing be on this grind, y'all better hustle up. You deadlifted 90 pounds, we doing muscle ups. There's really no comparison. His voice sound like a derringer. Throwing a towel is just embarrassing. My dog Just very philosophical and psychological, and he mixed it all with good boxing news. These YouTubers feel like Bishop, I guess they got the juice, but it's lonely at the top to Just feel like child abuse. Be respectful, he don't wanna talk wild and loose. If you can't relate, you get dismissed like a mild dispute. These weird cats would tell lies, that they hide the truth. Why beyond views? You lose your life when you collide with dude. It's JusDueBoxing. All you cowards quit jocking. Kirk is official with no other options. Yeah, yeah. You know the deal. Judah Ben, we in the spot. JusDueBoxing, yeah. And of course, shout out to Mrs. Do, holding the whole family down. Word 'em up, word 'em up.
What's good? What's good? Salute, salute. What's going on with the fam on this good Tuesday? We back to get boxing as just do, how we always do. We're going to take over the airwaves for a couple hours, man. Y'all know the drill, man. Y'all catch this on the playback. Sub to the channel, smash the like button, turn your notifications on, and come rock out with the fam. What's going on with y'all, man? Another day, another boxing build, man. It's always something interesting going on in the sport, man. It's a lot to talk about today, man. Let me say what's up to all the family, all things. What's good, bro? How you feeling? The upper echelon, man. What's good? Up? How you feeling? Peace and blessing to you, bro. Appreciate the love too, fam. Thomas Hill, my guy. What's good with it? Arena, peace and blessings to the queen. How you feeling today, Arena? Cash Crypto, what it do, family? Mike, my bro, what's good with it? How you feeling, bro? Good to see y'all in the building. The Rise podcast is in the building. What's good seeing you? How you feeling, my bro? Back to cut. How you from bro? Appreciate you, fam. Miss Joette, peace and blessings to the queen. How you feeling? Thomas Hill, my guy. How y'all feeling? Salute to everybody in the building, man. How y'all feeling? Got to ask the good people in the building how y'all feeling today. How y'all feeling, man? And you know, each day closer, it's one day closer to a good fight, man. That's how I look at it, man. The week is, you know, us building on these deadly boxing topics to get us to the fights, right? And we know we got Ryan Garcia and Oscar Duarte coming up. Yeah, and Ryan's been very vocal lately, man. He's been talking a lot, man. He did an interview with Ryan Custer on the Last Stand podcast. He did a lot of talking, man. He did some talking, but I like to hear fighters talk their talk trash. he's specifically been singling out Shakur. I don't know what his gripe really is with Shakur, but he feels like he's arrogant and he wants to thrash him. He say he gonna thrash Shakur and humble him. I said, oh snap! Ryan Garcia is talking spicy, but I like it though. But he better focus up because he got a real fighter in Oscar Duarte that's coming to stop his plans and knock his head off his block if he ain't careful. So he might want to focus on that guy for sure. And my thing is, the Shakur Stevenson thing seemed a little bit far-fetched simply because you no longer as at 135. And that's how your name get caught up in these matchups with other fighters. You mentioning these guys. Like, I don't understand. Like, you never really mentioned them before this point, but now that you at a separate weight class, you still mentioning this kid like you want to fight him. So I don't see how that's going to happen unless you plan on going back to 135, which I doubt, He said, word him up. Word him up. That's my boy Judah Ben in the back. And salute to all things, man. Always showing love, always support. Salute to everybody in the building. I hope y'all all had a good day. But we gonna listen. Well, y'all know how we do. We got a few things. We gonna build on this Haney and Regis fight, man. I got an interesting question, man. Y'all see it in the title. We're gonna talk about that as well because we see they face off. So that fight is still buzzing. I think it's one of his most anticipated fights of his career. To be honest with you, I think this is more anticipated than the Lomachenko fight, any of that, because of what's at stake, and it's him at a new weight class. It's been a lot of back and forth, so I think people enjoying it. And I think it's going to lead to a good fight. But I got some questions to ask about that fight. But before we get into it, we're going to talk about Ryan, man. We're going to play this Last Stand podcast interview that he did with Brian Custer. Because he had a lot of things to say, man. Y'all know how we do. We're going to break them down. The way I see it, until they give me the interviews, we break these interviews down and build on them. Salute to Showtime Sports and Brian Custer, man. Always delivering dope content for the good people, man. Always. That's our boy Judah Ben. Yeah, that's my boy Judah Ben. And the kids up. That's my guy right there. That's why I always gotta show him love. So salute to everybody, man. Y'all bear with me. We're gonna play this Last Stand podcast interview from Ryan, man. Break it down. And then we just gonna continue to build. Frequent flyer. What it do, family? How you feeling? Good to see you in the building. Y'all smash the like button for me if y'all can.
Amazing. You're amazing. You're amazing, man.
So are you, King. Look, you're back December 2nd. Oscar Duarte. He's known to be a tough guy. He's got knockout power. What kind of version of Ryan Garcia will we see on December 2nd?
Ryan. December 2nd.
You're going to get the best version of me possible. I haven't been this dedicated and committed to the sport since 2020. This is the sharpest I've been since then. And even sharper now under the tutelage of Derek and what he's been teaching me and what he's been, what he's been training me to do. So this is the sharpest I've ever been, the most committed I've been in such a long time. I'm really feeling so good, so free, so happy, just in love with the game like I was, when I was on that come up and destroying everybody. So you're going to see the best version of me, the one that was knocking out, Fonseca's and just running through everybody.
You're going to get into that.
You're going to see that and even a more mature and stronger Ryan, for sure.
We're going to talk about it.
Listening to you, my first thought.
Real quick, I just want to pause it because, I'll break it down as he make the statements. I'm looking, I got asked earlier, what am I looking for, when Ryan get in the ring under his first fight with Derek James. I'm looking for him to be sharp. I'm looking for him to be focused, dedicated. I'm looking for him to be an improved fighter. I think if Derek James can slow him down just a little bit, you know what I mean, in terms of him just not trying to rely too heavily or so heavily on his speed and athleticism, kind of, have him pick his punches better, just better execution, a sharper guy. That's what I'm looking for, a more focused guy. And I think when you get with a trainer, a teacher trainer like Derrick James, that's what you could expect, right? A hard-working guy. I mean, if you just look at all the guys in his stable, you know what I mean, or the initial guys in the stable, they're pretty hard workers, from Charlo to Spence to Frank Martin. You get what I'm saying? You got Anthony Joshua, Ryan Garcia in the mix. You get what I'm saying? But you get what the culture, what the energy is over there. Is dog work. These guys work their ass off, right? So I think Ryan, if he falls in line, what we could see on Saturday is him coming out and performing. He possibly could stop this dude. You know what I'm saying? Kai Sports, #JBT, JusDueBoxing Talk in the building. Was good with it, fam. So that's what I'm looking for. So he said he's focused. He hasn't been this focused, this locked in since 2020. He's loving the game right now. All those things are positive signs. As long as he's not just selling it and he being honest and sincere, I think you'll get an improved fighter. I think I said this before. After he lost the Tank, he had a couple choices. He could either tuck tuck his tail and fight fights that he know he can win and just get by off his popularity, or you know what I mean, he could get on timing and really take this boxing thing serious and find himself focused in more meaningful fights and things like that. So I think the moves that he's made since losing the Tank has all been positive in my opinion. So I salute the young man for attempting to get his career on the up and up, right? And that's what you do. You get rid of Jean Jacket Joe Goosen, right? That was only there for a check and an appearance. That's what it seemed like to me. You get rid of him. You go get it, Derrick James. You demand more from your promoter and Oscar De La Hoya. You demand more from them guys, and you stand on business. And more importantly, you took a risky fight coming back. So I respect it, and this is where it's at. So I just want to see how this situation play out for you and how this fight play out. Ryan better not have that chin in the air. He better not, Southwest, or it's going to be over. Playboy Plays, what it do, bro? How you feeling? Good to see you in the building. We're going to keep playing this, y'all. Yeah, I punched the like button out.
Listening to what you just said, I would say, wait a minute. That Tank fight was so huge. You're telling me that wasn't the best, most committed Ryan Garcia we saw?
No,
not at all.
Hell no, it wasn't.
You got to remember, after 2020, when I beat Luke Campbell, I think it was early 2021, I beat Luke Campbell. I had to go on my mental health break. And from there, I took many steps backwards. I lost myself. I lost who I was as a fighter. I didn't even couldn't really remember the things that I knew how to do, in the ring, and trying to make that comeback. I felt a little rushed into it. I still had really bad habits from my mental health issues. I went to, drinking a little bit and just doing whatever I wanted. Just lost love for everything. I won't even say I lost love for boxing. I lost love for everything. I came back because I had to.
Interesting.
It was wasting time, and time was ticking. So I willed myself back into it, but without fixing those little things that were holding me back, mentally and how you need to be for the sport of boxing.
Yeah, right, freak.
I got back into it with Takeout. Obviously, that wasn't my best performance because I was still figuring things out. And then, I started feeling my rhythm again. And when I was staying active and I fought Fortuna, and I felt a little sharper. Still not my sharpest, but I felt sharper, and I was ready to get into another fight. And I wanted to fight Tank. And, they iced me for a whole year. They kept on saying, you're going to fight. If you take another fight, we can't fight you. They said it would be in December. So a lot of that stuff was throwing me off, and those habits, if they didn't die out, came back. So I wasn't committed. I wasn't the man I am now. And that loss really woke in something in me. It woke in, me to look at myself and look on how I could be better. And I just took myself back to when was I my sharpest? When was I, my best? And I look back to, my younger days, and I was like, okay, so I got to get that commitment. So I fully committed. I trained with Derrick regardless if there was a fight coming. I was with him in Vegas for the Spence fight, and I was just traveling everywhere he went. Not only that, I scratched out a lot of those habits that I was having, and I just put my full focus, my full mental focus on boxing, and just was committed. And now, man, I'm so sharp. It's actually disgusting how sharp I am. I literally could cut somebody with one of my punches. It's disgusting. No, but I'm just happy. I'm just happy because of where I'm at right now. I have that peace inside. So like, nothing right now can get to me because I know where I'm at right now as a person and as a fighter. So yeah, that's what I mean by I wasn't
D1
as
was
committed.
good, bro. Appreciate
You know,
you
it's
stopping
interesting
too.
because when you talk to
Thomas,
guys at your
appreciate you, bro.
level
Salute to
and they suffer
everybody
their
that serves the
first
Platform
defeat,
plays. Appreciate
you
everybody.
hear a
in
lot
the
of
building.
like, yo, everybody around me left. I may have had some depression. You know, that was such a mega event when you fought Tank. Immediately after, what was it
Appreciate
like
you, D1.
dealing with your first professional loss?
It didn't have effect on me.
Absolutely,
Surprisingly.
Southwest.
It
Absolutely,
just
bro.
didn't feel like it was me. So I didn't feel like I lost. I just felt like a version of me lost that wasn't me, you know, like who I am as a fighter and how sharp I am. I'm way sharper than that. I'm way better fighter than that. And so it didn't have that type of, you know, salt on it. It was like, okay, I lost, but like I just felt like nothing mattered to me. I was so depleted and so defeated internally of other things, you know, and the weight cut didn't help, and all the things I had to go through, I just didn't feel like, you know, it was me at all. So that's why it didn't have effect on me, but it did wake up some hunger in me because I you know, about 2 months later, I thought, you know, oh shit, like I lost, like no matter what happened, I lost, and that, like, I don't like losing, like, so it woke up that competitor in me.
And I told y'all, just to stop it real quick, told y'all he had a couple choices and mentally to make up his mind whether he wanted to take this thing serious. And the Tank loss, I think, could have been the best thing for him financially and for his career as a whole if he's to start taking his career into his hands and taking it a lot more serious from this point on. I think you could see an improved fighter. How good he will be remains to be seen, but make no mistake about it, the kid is talented. You get what I'm saying? He is talented. He has skill. And like Southwest said, man, he got a lot of room for improvement. So if he's taking things very seriously, man, you could see a improved fighter potentially. You get what I'm saying? That's what I expect from him.
And it drove me to this where I'm at now. You know, that's where it started. And, you know, it's tough, but again, I feel I'm the better fighter. I don't care what anybody says. I know I'm the better fighter, and if I get my rematch, I'm gonna beat him. And you know, regardless of the outcome of the first fight, I know I could come back and I could beat him. So my whole plan is to win a world title at 140 and dominate 140 and 147, both of those weight classes, and earn my spot. I want to earn it. I want to earn it. I want to beat, you know, some guys that I have to go through. If it has to be Teofimo Lopez, if it has to be a Devin Haney, whoever, I will do it to get that rematch and show everybody I can beat them.
You know, when you look back at that,
interesting. I mean, look, I like what he's saying, but you got to stand on it, right? You got to stand on that. I just could give him his just due and his, you know, his respect and give him his credit for at least sounding like his mental is in the right spot, right? A lot of times we make a lot about these fighters' mental and how they sound in these interviews. And look, he's saying all the right things, but he still got to do it, right? He sound like the loss motivated him. Sound like he hungry. You usually don't hear him talking about this. He talking about cleaning out 40 and 47. So I think that's very brave of him to say. But first things first, he got to focus on Oscar Duarte and make sure he get that business taken care of. And not only win, but he want to win impressively and try to make a statement to the best of his ability, right? You want people to be talking about you after this fight, right? You want to be a major player at 140. And I feel like at the top of 140, the upper echelon of 140 is, you know, shark infested water. So it's either sink or swim. You in a weight class where you can't where you not safe. Guys are punching, guys can fight. They do have skill. Guys are relatively big and equal to your size. So you got a lot of interesting matchups that you could make at 140. And two of the names that he threw out there that's interesting, by no surprise, is Teofimo and Devin Haney, which both guys now are at 140, right? So those are fights to me that they would be entertaining. You get what I'm saying? Win, lose, or draw, they would be entertaining because of the things that Ryan Garcia do well, right? The speed, the power, you know, the athleticism and things like that, right? And you'll figure he'll be with Derrick James if he's to participate and get one of these bigger fights. But, you know, Teofimo did come out recently and say he turned down the Ryan Garcia fight, and he spoke as to why he turned that down. So I don't know if that fully takes that fight off the table for a guy like Ryan, but look, he still said Devin Haney, and look, Devin Haney trying to prove, you know, that he's the guy. So He even mentioned fighting Ryan Garcia and it being a potential big fight as well. So I think all these fights are on the table when you at 140. And you want to hear a fighter talk like this. This is how you want him to talk. And more importantly, you want to see him walk the walk, right? So he can say all of the right things. You get what I'm saying? But he still has to perform well. You get what I'm saying? And you got to win. Arena says, funny how he's still called chasing using Tank's name. Yeah, he won't stop. He said, call out Boots. He know better than that. Darren Hodges was good with it. He said, truth of the matter is he will look good against his guy, which we all expect. The question still remains, can he compete with the elites? Time will tell. Yep. Personally hope so. It would be great for boxing. Right, Darren? I think the more serious Ryan takes boxing, the better he could become. And I think that does make boxing better as a whole. I'm with you. But Marcus, what it do, family? How you feeling? You already know, D1. Appreciate you. Dominate 140, 147. Come on, Ryan. Don't get ridiculous. It's high hopes for him, man. High hopes. Zoom verse, peace and blessings to my bro, man. Good to see you in the building and appreciate you, fam. Thomas Moore is my guy. What's good with it, bro? Good to see you. Tank lullabies everybody from 130 to 140. You heard what my bro said. But again, this is what you want to hear him saying. And more importantly, you want to see him move this way, right? Practice what you preach. Stand on business. Get in there, win these fights, take your career seriously, win impressively, make statements, and be a part of the big fights. You already got the name and the fan base. You know what I'm saying? So if you take your career serious enough where your skill set and things like that and your ring presence catch up to your name and your popularity, you can be a damn good fighter, man. So it's all how serious he wants to take his career. It really is. It's all on him. It's like what Ryan's going to do when he's trying to have a rematch with Tank. It's not going to change. He's going to come back down to 135. He wants to fight Tank again. Absolutely, right now. Other than that, I don't know what he's talking about. And that's the same thing for Shakur. You know what I mean? That he going to speak on there. Mike Biggs, boxing, my bro. What it do, family? How you feeling? Frontline, what's good with it, family? B-Dog, what's good, bro? How you feeling? Price Boy 33, what's good with y'all, bros? Y'all punch the like button. We going to keep rolling. P. Hunter was good with it. I don't know if like fighters before all this easy access to media now, when you hear them talking all the time. I get you. The thing for me, P. Hunter, is when I like to hear them, but more importantly, I like to see him stand on business. So I like when a guy gets into an interview and he says things and you see him execute those things and move accordingly. So right now, we just got to wait and see if Ryan going to stand on business and continue to move how he's saying he's going to move. You get what I'm saying? A pro Ryan channel? That's funny, bro. I gotta be doing something right if you ask that. Just hope we don't make the girl Derek James look bad. Right. Frequent. I think the fact that he's taking it serious puts him in a good position. A1 Hoop Zone. What's good with it, my bro? Good to see you in the building. Nah, this is a pro boxing channel. I'm pro boxing. I love boxing as a whole. And I'm all about, if you listen to the name JusDueBoxing, I'm all about giving people their credit and they just do. And I could give where I'm giving Ryan his at right now before he get in the ring is his mentality. It sounds like his head is in the right space. Sounds like his emotional state is somewhat in the right place. Let's see if that translates to a good win. Let's see if he really taking his career serious, like he said, and if he gonna get in there and stand on business. You know what I mean? Because him being on the top of his game is not only good for his career, I think it's good for boxing because it adds another player at 140. And the more quality boxers, the more quality fights. That's my thoughts. You get what I'm saying? Rumors taking the tears supposed to. And then Calvin talking about making it happen. Salute the front line. Appreciate you. That's crazy. That'd be wild. Nah, Darren. It's pro boxing, bro. Salute to you. Appreciate you being here. Nah, everybody get their just do over here. You know what I mean? That's all it is. I'm just speaking on some of the things Ryan said. And it's his fight week, so I found it fitting to play one of his more recent interviews, being that he got a fight coming up.
And I know the All Access, they were talking about, did he get you on the rib? Did you have an injury going into that fight? Was it the rehydration clause? What was it where when he placed that shot that you said, "Hey, look, man, I'm going to just take this count and this fight is over"?
No, well, I did go in the ring with a rib injury, separated rib from sparring. I was dehydrated, and it was like one of the first shots of sparring. I didn't even get hit hard. My rib just sunken in, and I had to go to the hospital. Spent there some time, and I couldn't even run. I couldn't do anything. It was about 2 weeks before the fight. there was nothing I could do. I decided that I wasn't going to pull out. Too much time has been put into this, and too much things, went into making this fight happen. I wasn't going to pull out. On top of that, I had to cut the weight, so I had everything stacked against me. But it wasn't. I made this not about me. I made it about the sport, and people are going to say, bad things about that. But for me, I always loved the sport with all my heart.
Definitely.
And I was bored of the sport. Don't get me wrong. The sport was boring. Nobody was fighting each other. It was trash. There was no energy. And then I brought the energy back to life for one night. In Vegas, it finally felt like boxing was back on fire for a night. Finally, we get to feel that excitement before that bell rings once again, like a Mayweather and an Oscar De La Hoya fight, or a Mayweather Pacquiao. That excitement, and that's what I always wanted to bring to the sport. And I seen that was my opportunity, and I still went with it. So again, that's why nobody could tell me who I am, and nobody could. They could bash me all they want. They wouldn't have done that. And you see now in people, negotiating for fights. When they bring up rehydration clause, nobody wants to do it because they know really what it is. And if you don't know boxing, then you don't know actually what I did. They don't. Not only do I have to cut all that weight, and I've been at 135, 132 since I was 17 years old. And I'm not a small guy. So people that know boxing know the risk I took. I put my health in danger. I put a lot of things in danger, but I trusted that it's going to better off the sport. I'm going to be okay because, things are going to work out. And I made a bunch of money. I did good there. I provided life-changing money for my family. I can't be mad about that. But now it's a whole different goal. I got that out of the way. I'm a superstar. I made a bunch of money. What's next? I want to be one of the best in the sport. I want to be the best in the sport and get a title. So that's my main goal.
And again, man, he's saying, he was bored with boxing. Nobody was fighting nobody. He fought Tank. Felt like boxing again. Again, I'm just going to credit that, not just Tank, the atmosphere, the fight alone, the fight of that magnitude. Like, it don't get no bigger than that he made the biggest fight possible for himself by, going in there facing one of his demons in Tank Davis, right? And like I said, I think it could bring another level of focus out of him if he is smart and he's taking things seriously. Like, I just went in there and fought Tank Davis with a trainer that didn't even really train me. You get what I'm saying? And win 6 rounds. You could look at it however you want. You got hit with a shot, got up from it. It's positives that you can draw away from that loss that can shape you into a better fighter is what I'm saying. And I hope that he sees it that way, because again, he's saying a lot of the right stuff. So it sounds like his mental's in the right place. He's very ambitious, talking about conquer 140 and 147, but he understands people that he got to go through to do it. But most importantly, he got to start with Oscar Duarte. He really do. You know what I'm saying? I won't lie, this dude sit here and say he made the fight with Tank. Yeah. And I, why he feel like that, Zoom? The reason he feels like that, because from what I understand, what I was hearing from behind the scenes is he was very adamant about making a Tank fight. He was pressing for it, whereas guys like maybe Oscar wasn't as willing to make it. Like, it seemed like they were holding him back from the opportunity. And it seemed like he was really willing to make the fight. You get what I'm saying? That's where he gets his credit, right? I did hear that it was him really pressing for it, him really wanting it, and them kind of dragging their feet. You get what I'm saying? So I salute him for it. You know what I mean? I salute him. But, fighting Tank is always going to be a big deal. And Tank is the big fight. So he just was part of that. And I think bringing them two together in their fan bases, and they brought out big numbers. So I rock with it. It's like excuse there in the interview. He's only fought at 140 once. Yeah, he barely fought it there. He fighting at catch weights of 140. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, Tank beats him at any weight. But I respect him. Look, I like where his mind is at. He's ambitious, like I said. He seemed more focused. Now let's see if it translates and transition over into the ring and he gets a quality win come Saturday.
Are you surprised at all what you guys, and I'm talking about what you and Tank did for the sport, because the numbers were astronomical. No one has really achieved that at all this year when you talk about pay-per-view buys. But then it was almost as if, Spence and Crawford were like, okay, well, you know what? Let's get it done. Ryan and Tank are fighting, and it's now all of a sudden guys are taking risks. Before maybe they were protecting that now they're like, no, bump it. He's in his prime, I'm in my prime, let's get it on. Are you surprised what you guys did for the sport?
No, I'm not surprised. That was my intention going in. I wanted to set the world on fire. I wanted to set the sport on fire. And I kind of just I always knew that that's what it was going to do. Is somebody had to do it. And I laid out the new blueprint. The blueprint isn't, trying to, be that perfect fighter and trying to protect that. Oh, it's getting the fights on, and giving the fans what they want. That's what's going to make the big pay-per-views. People have seen, there's only one Floyd Mayweather, right there. Is what I'm saying. There's only one Floyd Mayweather. There's not many Floyd Mayweather.
All
you
facts,
got to be your own
Southwest.
person.
All facts.
And that's what's going to separate you from everybody
Salute
else.
to my brother, Hardcore Boxing News,
that's the
hashtag
difference.
JBT,
People could,
JusDueBoxing.
greatness is only winning. No, greatness is how you come in from a loss. We've seen it time and time again in other sports. Tiger Woods, his comeback inspired me. So many other athletes that, Muhammad Ali, when he came back from going to jail for denying service, and then comes back, loses to Joe Frazier, but then comes back and wins. That's my heart. That's where I'm at. I'm here to make a stand. Like the last stand, I'm here to make a stand and then come back and show you who I am. Because I'm bigger than boxing. I'm not just boxing. I'm much more deeper than boxing. I'm going to handle this sport. You're going to see now I'm putting my full dedication to it. But I'm bigger than the sport. And I'm going to show everybody when I come back. And, Duarte, tough fighter. And a fighter that I've seen before, growing up in Southern California. You got the pressure fighters. You got the guys that, want to get dirty and whatnot. So I've seen this before. But, he's a tough challenge. But for me, this is more about an example. I'm setting the tone. This is the Ryan Garcia you're going to get at the 140 division.
Okay.
So that's the statement I'm here to make. You're getting this guy here. Yeah, this one. This is not one that's playing and worried about other things. This one's all in. So that's what I'm looking for to make.
Okay, he's setting the bar high for himself.
You talked about the changes,
and
so one of them is...
This is why I play these interviews, so I don't have to put no words in his mouth. If y'all didn't catch this on your own, then y'all, it's good that y'all catching it with me. You hear some of the things he's saying. This sounds like a focused guy. He sounds the part, right? He sounds the part. He's saying the right things. Now let's see if he completes the task at hand by getting in the ring and setting the tone and really making a statement against Duarte. He's talking some good things. I like to hear fighters be confident, especially after losses. You took a loss, but losing to Tank Davis obviously ain't the worst thing in the world. I think you made the best fight that you could have made for yourself. And let's see what you do after that. Gertz, what it do, family? How you feeling? Regis can't win a boxing match against Devin, but he can win a dog fight. Yeah, we going, and it's an interesting question, couple of questions, Jay. And it's the reason I asked that because of some of the things that were said in the face-off, and it's interesting, Jay, because we all know Regis said it ain't gonna be power versus skill, it's gonna be skill versus skill, right? So that sounds like he gonna try to play Devin Haney game when he says that. But Devin Haney also says some things that's kind of outside the norm of what he does, outside the scope of what he does relatively. So it makes for an interesting fight because both guys are essentially in so many words kind of promising us that they'll give us something that we don't typically get from them in a way. Al Booger, what it do, family? Good to see you in the building. How you feeling? Ant, what's good with it, fam? So I don't think it's conducive for successful fight for Devin Haney to get into a dog fight with Regis and vice versa. I don't think it's smart for Regis to get into a boxing match with Haney. I agree with that, Ant. I agree with it. Like the KO. Right. Salute to my guy, man, Gertz, man. What's good with it? We're going to keep playing this, man.
If I get my rematch, I'm going to beat him. And, regardless of the outcome of the first fight, I know I could come back and I could beat him. So my whole plan is to win a world title at 140
Facts,
and dominate 140 and 147, both of those weight classes, and earn my spot.
I went back.
The loss, and I was just, I don't know why. I don't know why, but I just felt God's presence over me, and I just kind of locked in with that and meditated and just prayed to him about, who I should have as a trainer, and I just was getting spoken to me, Derek James, and, long and behold, Derek James also is in Dallas, Texas, a place that I wanted to move. So a lot of things kept aligning to, to that decision. And it was one of the best decisions I've made, because Derek really is one of those guys, man. He really, really pays attention to technique, and he just knows how to talk to me. We have a really good chemistry, and he was just somebody I needed. You know, he's a very bright mind and great philosopher at times, and just a guy that, you know, doesn't let me let up, doesn't let me, you know, if I have a good day, what's that? You know what I mean? There's no letting up. You know, you're just never satisfied. He's a guy that, you know, I made a great choice in. And I'm happy. I'm happy in Dallas. Way better than being in LA. A lot of distractions in LA and a lot of things that kept me away from the game. Being away from that detoxed me from everything. And now I feel much more balanced and much more in control of my career.
You know, I think it's interesting.
See, I'm a different kind of dude, man. I just root for boxing. I root for boxing to do well as a whole, and all these dudes, right? It's nothing personal with me. If you got talent, if you got skills, if you represent the sport at a high level, I'm going to support you. I could get behind you, right? One loss to Tank don't mean the end of your career. It really could be the beginning of something good for you. And again, saying the right things, it sounds like his mental's in the right spot. The things that he's saying that, you know, Derek James focuses on him sounding like he understands it. You having one good day, hey, what's that? That don't mean nothing. Like, you got to do this again. You got to do this every single day. You got to put this type of work in every single day. So I'm hearing it. I mean, I like what I'm hearing from him. I just want to see how it translates. I can't stress that enough, because that's all that matters, is how you perform on fight night. But again, when you know, they'll tell you boxing is more 90% mental, or whatever percentage they put on it, it's a mental game, right? As well as physical. When your mental is intact and you seeing things clearly and you putting in the right work, I believe you give yourself the best opportunity to win any fight that you get yourself into, right? So that's all I want to see for Ryan, because he ain't never done that to me. Just a boxer that's trying to find his way. He a young kid with a ton of money, and when money ain't your ultimate goal and your reason for doing this, getting punched in the face, I really could have a level of respect for you, because you don't have to do this. But the fact that you're doing it speaks volumes. And the fact that you putting yourself in a position where you look like you're taking it serious, I just give you some credit for that. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people won't, but I do. And that's just, I like to build boxing up. Like, when I see you moving right, you get what I'm saying? We quick to call it out when you're not moving right, when you're not saying the right things, right? So I feel like when you do get in these interviews and you saying the right things and focusing, you sound ambitious, but you're supposed to, right? You got in there with Tank. So if you got in there with him, you can get in here with any of these other dudes and try to fight them as well. So as long as he understands that, I don't have a problem with it. I think it could really lead to him, you know, being a better fighter, which again would be good for the overall scope of boxing. And dehydration causes an excuse for boxers and a loss. Me too. Truth of the matter. And the fight would have been the same. Yeah, me too. And I think Darren, if he would have just simply made 135, he wouldn't have had to worry about it. Rolly did it, right? And he's a big guy. He obviously was 170, 165, I think they said on fight night. So he made it and didn't get a rehydration call. So he should have just made the weight limit instead of being lazy, in my opinion. You get what I'm saying? Salute to my brother Jay, man. Appreciate you, man. Ryan Garcia is talking rubbish. Right. I feel you. I like some of the stuff he's saying, though. I do. Ryan's a gift for speaking with conviction. It sounds like he believes everything he's saying. And that's why I keep saying B-Dog. I hear him, and I just want to highlight it and give him credit for sounding like he got his mind and his mental in the right order. I say he sound like he's seeing things clearly, and I think that could make him a better fighter. He still got to put the work in, though. All right, B, what it do, family? How you feeling? You should Ron saying that, but he shouldn't keep bringing up that. Yeah, like that was the difference in the fight at all. Right. Like, he put too much emphasis on the weight and not enough on the actual skill and the level of fighter that he was in there with.
Media, you've always been active there, but boy, so has Shakur Stevenson. Now, look, he did not have a good performance at all, and a number of people have come at him. Devin Haney has been one of them. You two have had some back and forth. Tell me, what is the deal that bugs you the most about Shakur Stevenson?
You know what? Like, I've already said a lot about it, and I don't know if I want to keep on pressing on it. I'll give you something.
Yeah.
But I already said enough to him. But like I said in the other interview, he is just an arrogant person, and he's arrogant in real life. That's why I don't like him. You know, and I don't say that about a lot of people. You know, I don't. I love a lot of people, man. I'm right here. You know, I'm cool with everybody. But, man, that guy, he's just been ticking me off since the amateurs. I want to just kick his ass. Now I just want to kick his ass. Now it's just like there's enough of the talking. You know, I'm here to kick his ass. And if he wants that, I'll beat his ass. I'm tired of him. He's just, you talk way too much shit. And when he talks shit, he's talking shit. It's not like to entertain. It's not, he's taking everything personal. And everything. All right, you want to take it personal, we can take it personal. But I don't like to do that. But he's so arrogant that it's to the point where I got to whoop his ass. That's the guy that I just want to whoop his ass. It'll be a different motivation. I'm whooping his ass to the point where he can't run with me. I'm getting to his ass. Like, he's not going to throw no punches. What I got to worry about? You know what I mean? I just got to worry about shit. Like, is the fans going to be entertained? These motherfuckers going to be running.
I like it, man. Talk is talk, Ryan. But that fight ain't happening. The only way that fight happens is Shakur goes up to 140, obviously. So he's saying a lot of stuff. He's saying what a fighter would say. I can't be mad at him, as you know, for his opinion of how he feel about Shakur. That's him, right? But it's funny he's saying it whoop his ass. He won't be able to run. Realistically, man, at any weight he'll lose. He just don't have the feet or the IQ, in my opinion. I think athleticism, the speed and power just wouldn't be enough. Those two factors alone, in my opinion, just wouldn't be enough. Regardless of how people think the fight will play out, I don't have him winning that because skillfully, I just don't think he on that level. But I do like when the fighters speak and talk with confidence. I'm not mad at none. He's saying this is boxing, talk your talk. But more importantly, you just got to stand on business when you get in the ring. You get what I'm saying? So it's all good. Drummers again, what's good? What he said. Anyone notice Devin Haney's attempt to copy Canelo's career example of picking easy opponents? What do you think? No, I don't think he's picking easy opponents. I think he's taking risks. I think they're calculated, strategic risks, but I think they're risks nonetheless. And most importantly, like his last fight with Loma, it was a 50-50 fight. To me, I appreciated that type of fight. Him going at the Regis, that's another 50-50 fight. I don't think those are easy opponents, right? They might not be the most dangerous guy that everybody sees out there, but they're still respectable, credible opponents, both of those guys in their own regard. So I don't think he's picking easy opponents, but he's definitely taking risks, but they're calculated and strategic, but it's smart business. And, he's putting you in a position where it's hard to complain about the opponent selection, especially, like I said, with the Loma. Then he following that up in the same year with a Regis Prograis in the same year. So in back-to-back fights and taking Regis in his first fight at 140, me personally, I respect it. You get what I'm saying? It's not easy, and I don't think Regis is going to be an easy fight for him. If he makes it look easy, man, much respect and credit to the young dad, man. Let's see, Ryan versus Shakur. Yeah, I like it. I like to see it, though, Darren. I wouldn't be against it at all. Samuel, what it do, family? How you feeling, Coach Amber? Peace and blessings. Clean, good to see you in the building. How you feeling, Samuel? We're going to keep playing this.
He was like, hey, look, I'm a 3-division world champion. You have never been a world champion.
I'll respond to that. Yeah. Actually, I did break a record. I'm the first fighter to make $30 million without a world title. How about that? Mm-hmm. Because these titles, anybody can win the title. Anybody could win the title. And
gotta stop him right there. I know what he's trying to say, but you got to be more specific when I'm listening to it. No, anybody can't win a title. No, anybody absolutely cannot win a title. And again, yeah, a lot of people have won titles, but think about the percentage of fighters that don't win titles as opposed to the ones that do. Then on top of that, he ain't just win a title. He won titles through 3 weight classes. And don't give me that BS that everybody's doing that. You get what I'm saying? So you the money, yeah, that's cool, is because you're a prize fighter at the end of the day. So the ultimate goal is definitely to get paid. But at the end of the day, you can't downplay, a three division world champion. You just can't do it. You know what I mean? Salute to Ryan Garcia, but you can't knock a guy that's been able to do that in 21 fights.
You know that, and anybody knows that he didn't fight no crazy competition. He got a lot of vacant titles. Like anybody who knows boxing knows what it is, man. Like this is how the organization they do their thing.
Yeah, facts, Darren. Definitely, Darren would be great. Fighting a real opponent.
I want to be a world champion. I'm not dissing the world title. I want to become a world champion. I want to get that title.
Because you just said you wanted the title.
If I beat a Rollies, like, how much of a world champion am I? I'm a world champion on paper. A world champion is beating a guy. Like, if I would have beat Tank, I would have called myself a world champion, at that time, because that's what it means to be a world champion, is be better than the better guy, be better than the best. World champion means you're better than everybody. That's the real definition. Stop with this curving around, beating around the bush. Let's speak some truth. Let's be real. A world champion is beating the best guy in the division. That's the world champion. Or beating the current world champion that actually won the title, and that's what I'm about, man. That's why I don't hear the noise. I don't hear the noise because, yeah, you could say that, great, boom, boom, boom. That's not going to feed your families. And two, it's not even legitimate. So go, go eat, have them apples, for like,
no,
come on.
I can't rock with that one. He lost me a little bit right there, because it's like you kind of downplaying it. And then you like, they can't feed your family. So it's like saying, well, the hell with your world titles, because I made $30 million. So your titles can't feed your family. And I always say that he's 100% right with that. But I think the context in which he spoke on titles, I think it wasn't the smartest choice of words that he used, because just a few moments ago he was talking about how he wanted to win a world title and do all of this. So it's like, and then in the next breath you downplay somebody else being able to do it through 3 divisions. Like, So, but it's Ryan Garcia, man. And at the end of the day, I salute him. He can have his opinion, bro. I just want to see him make the most out of his career, because like I said, the better he is, I think is great for boxing, because he do got a lot of eyes on him. Like I said, his popularity exceeds his skill set at this point in the ring, right? Or at this point in his career. Like, he's more popular than he is good, it's a lot would say. So he has an opportunity come Saturday to kind of close that gap and put himself in a position where people will take him more seriously, or just as seriously as supposed to. GM, salute, fan. He said Regis winning. It's a 50-50 fight. I have no doubt in my mind Regis can't pull it off. I'm going to be WC, but they have to be a world champion question for sure. I get what he's saying, but I think he kind of said it the wrong way. Yeah, it's about beating the best guys for sure, and I can never argue with that. But, you know what I mean? Being a world champion is beating a guy that got that damn belt. And I think, solidifying yourself is being able to defend the belt. You get what I'm saying? Not just win it, but defend it. You get what I'm saying? So that I get what he's saying. So salute to him, man. We're going to keep rocking this, man. We closing in to the end. All right, this is sharpest tool in the shed.
I'm just doing some real stuff. I'm tired of this shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? You could spread the 3-time, 4-time, 5-time, 8-time. Now you could be a quadrillion world champion. You didn't beat nobody. It don't matter. To me, at least.
I love it. One of the things you talked about.
And we're gonna talk about that fight in a minute, GM. We're gonna get into that. This almost over. Got about 10 more minutes, y'all.
On social media, you said, and this, I'm quoting you. You said, quote,
I'm
tired of the disrespect. I'm fed up. I've been at 50% for so long. It's going to be different.
Yeah, and I stand on that. I've been disrespected because they tell me about Dean the Great and Anthony Ugly Boy Taylor, whatever his name is, and KS Dumbass or whatever his name is. It's just all these comparisons. Like, bro, I've been boxing since I was 7 years old, man. Don't even mention these guys with me. I will blow them out the water in the same day and within 3 to 4 rounds, man. Just, this is the disrespect I'm talking about. I was on the USA team. I did all that.
He was about to say he's been a world champion.
He could beat same day and within 3 to 4 rounds, man. Just, this is the disrespect I'm talking about. I was on the USA team.
He's about to say he's been a world champion.
These guys can't mess with me.
See, he know being a world champion matter, right?
Handle me. What the hell are we talking about? That's the disrespect I'm talking about. I would not. I like Jake Paul. Stop, man. Jake Paul.
Facts, fate, my guy. Was good, bro.
I'm cool with Jake and Logan and all of them. But they can't mess with me in the ring. I'm happy Jake's taking it seriously. He's beating these dudes up and making a lot of money. But he's my friend, but he can't beat me in boxing. Come on, this is ridiculous. What is this?
Oh my God! Let's talk about going forward here, because Bernard Hopkins, one of your promoters, he told FightHype.com, quote, "I will see." He's talking about you. I will see how Ryan looks, and then make my personal decision on whether he should fight again. I know
Chris
that
Douglas
what the
was
hell
good
does he
with it.
mean
Joe
by
was
I'll
good
make
with
a
it,
good
my
decision?
bro.
You ain't
So
gonna make
Dad
shit.
stepping on
You
people
can't make
on the
shit
knife.
about me. You know what? This is the crazy thing is, like, I'm gonna box
Yeah,
my
he
ass
gonna
off,
fight Kurt
and it's
for
gonna be
sure.
great. And then I'm gonna box my ass off for a team that don't even believe in me. But damn, they'll collect that money that I'm making them though. They collect that $6 million though. But you don't know if I should box again. But you made that money off that fight though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shut up. Watch. When I win, that's just what it's gonna be. I'm gonna look at them like, bro, don't even mess with me. Don't even mess with me because I'm so sharp right now. I have no worries that I'm gonna look great, amazing. They're gonna look like damn. They're gonna be like a salty ex. Like fuck, dude. I wish I stayed with them. I wish I just
Ryan
was nice
talking
to
his
them. Why
talk.
didn't I just speak better to them? Please, like
Right.
I'm sorry. But come back, baby, come back. Yeah,
Ryan,
shut
shout
up.
out, bro.
No, I'm just tired. Like, how's your own team talking shit about you? Think about that. No,
Yeah.
think about it. Why would your own team talk shit
He
about
is,
you?
Teach.
That makes no sense.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
It's a good point. No, absolutely. It really
I'm their
is.
only fighter.
Yeah.
What other fighter is gonna make them money?
Yeah.
None. So why would
Tim
you
Late,
disrespect
my bro.
your
What it do,
only
Tim?
superstar fighter right now?
Bro?
What logic does that have? I mean, even a dude that don't know shit about the sport can figure that one out.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah. So
That's
I don't know.
And
point.
that he do got a
well,
point. Why would you talk crazy about your best fighter? You get what I'm saying? Why would you talk crazy about your best fighter? He said they're gonna be like a hurt ex. Ryan talking this talk, man. He said they're gonna be like a hurt ex, man. I'm comfortable with false struggle. Because the success he had. Yeah, that's a good point, Fate. I think he's being disrespected. He truly hasn't beat anyone. Yeah, of significance. Yeah. That's what. Yeah, Darren. That's right. I'm with you. I'm right. I'm right there with you, Ryan and Cash Golden Boy. Right. That's what he talking about. I agree with that. That's their money guy for sure. I think when you look at it, but believe it or not, that's definitely. I think you would say they most popular fighter. Facts, hardcore ain't making no sense.
The thing that came out
it's
of
almost done,
recently
y'all.
was the president of Golden Boy, Eric Gomez, said that before Duarte that they had talked to Don King about possibly doing a fight with you and Adrian Broner. And Broner obviously has been on social media saying, yo, Ryan Garcia sent the contract. Let's get it popping in 2024. Give me your thoughts about that.
That man has a grade growing out his damn beard. There is no way we're fighting. I don't know how I'm going to beat Adrian Broner. That is messed up, man. Y'all want Adrian Broner to go out sad, man. I like Adrian. AB's my guy. But, man, this man out here looking almost close to Sandra, man, with this shit getting so fight, man. Gray-ass beard, big belly.
Ryan, I'm offended, bro. I got plenty of gray in my beard, Ryan. I feel the disrespect coming up off that chair you sitting on right there, sir. Best revenge is success. All facts. A1 said, man, I just talking too much. Let him have a bad performance. He gonna play that mental card again. He better not. Humble approach will get him further. For sure, A1, but he better not do that. Best revenge is success, hardcore. He's right about his team, though. Facts. Alden, what it do, Brody? How you feeling? Regis fight Haney, must fight and mix it up a little bit. A little good at the same time, and Ryan Garcia also called out Shakur as well. Yeah, we talked about it. He played it. I played it in this interview right here. Alden, what's good with it, bro? Ashley's corner, what's good, Cuzzo? How you feeling? Good to see you in the building. But it rubs people the wrong way, right? Because they're not used to that, right? Because he's super confident, and I say he keep being that. BZ, what's good with it, bro? Good to see you in the building. How you been? Talk that talk, Ryan. You're gonna need a Stairmaster to hit me, boy. Remember that? Ryan, great too, man. Not fair. Yeah, Ryan talking crazy, all in the disrespect, man. Coming for the great beards and stuff like that, man.
What are you talking about?
Disrespectful, Ryan.
Who the hell is talking this? This is crazy, man.
Oh my gosh, you're crazy. Listen, I got to get your thoughts because you're so intelligent about this thing.
Feeling,
bro?
Paramount
has decided to pull the plug on Showtime Championship Boxing, so we're done at the end of the year. But I know you and Terrence Crawford had talked about, look, the sport needs to make some changes. What kind of overhaul do you think the sport of boxing needs?
I mean, you just need to see the dynamic of where everything's headed to. You know, movies have changed, and platforms have changed, and different dynamics of the networks have changed, and streaming has been now a big part of just TV in general. TV has changed.
Yeah.
So you need to move with the movement. You have a lot of these promoters that are stuck in the 90s and the 2000s and 10s and haven't really, gave this new this new evolution of TV a chance because they're scared, and for me, I just know that in this day and age, people want things faster. So for me, I know that if you're going to do a big event, it needs to be a big event. It can't just be anything, because once people pay for something and it's not what they're expecting, then they're not going to pay for it again, or they want to see their favorite
what
show.
it do, Brody? How you
for
feeling,
example,
bro?
a person will watch their favorite show, but they want to binge watch it now. They don't want to watch an episode and wait another week and then it come out again. They want to watch that fight.
You're making a good point right here.
They don't want to wait and wait and wait and wait. So for me, it's just being strategic. I would have to talk to Terrence and
he made some point. He made sense.
We're going to talk about after the fight.
That made sense.
We had a text message, and he
basically,
wants me to focus on my fight.
you want to be able to.
I think that makes sense.
Get good boxing fights back to back.
In my head on how I would.
You know what I mean? Not every now and again.
Again, I don't have anybody
and not having to wait for great fights. We should be getting them.
And I don't have my own promotion coming. I don't have anything, but I do have a bright mind.
Marquay, what it do, family? Said instant gratification. Not opposed to that fight with him and AD. Me either. I know how to promote other fighters. I'll watch it.
I give a lot of tips to young people in the gym, and I, a couple guys have listened to me are now making waves, and the guys that are following my blueprint are getting bigger and bigger, and it's just something I've been. I don't know. I just have a natural instinct on how to do this. So we'll talk to Terrence and maybe make something happen.
You know the deal, Ryan. For everybody who watches this show, we allow them to submit questions through social media. And every time we have you on, we have like 50,000, but we're only going to get to a couple. Call Me Daddy Boxing on X asks, will you fight a champion at 140 next? Like the Regis Haney winner, Teo, Rolly, or Subriel Matias?
You know what? I like I said, my whole plan is to become a champion. So however that road looks, however which way we decide to do that is the one we're gonna do. I'm not 100% clear on how that looks. Like I can't say that I'm gonna fight either of those guys next. I can very well. I have to talk to Derek. I let Derek choose this opponent. I'll probably let Derek choose the next one. And just let him guide me. I just want to destroy everybody and get to a title. That's it. So wherever that looks like, if Derek says go and handle Teofimo Lopez, I'm gonna go beat his ass. If he go handle Devin Haney, I'm gonna go beat his ass. Wherever my coach says to go do, I'm gonna do. If he wants me to go beat up somebody else, I'll go beat up somebody else. He goes, sick him, boy. I go sick him. You know what I mean?
Rob asks, how hard did Tank hit? Or how hard does Tank hit?
Surprisingly, not hard. And I know Rolly said this before. And
just stop, bro. Stop, bro.
Rob asks, how hard did Tank hit? Or how hard does Tank hit?
Surprisingly, not hard. And I know Rolly said this before. And a lot of people that have gotten hit by him say that he doesn't have a hard punch.
What's wrong with these guys?
He has pinpoint accuracy that if it hits you and you don't see it coming, you're gonna get dropped and you're gonna get hurt.
Bro, what?
So he's being subtle. You don't know when it could come, and then when it comes, it's too late. So that's how you knock people out. You don't knock people out because punch hard. You knock people. Well, you have to have power, of course, but you also need to be deceptive.
No, you fumbled this one,
pretty
Ryan.
good at that. So I would say his punching power is average, but he has deceptive power. I mean, deceptive shots.
Bro, nah, you
that will
losing
catch
me.
you if you're not paying attention all the time.
You losing me. You losing me. Your answer was a little bit flip-floppy because you was kind of trying to discredit him. You don't got to say that he's Goliath in the ring, right? But if you're saying he got average power, you're telling me a guy with average power dropped you early, and then that same guy with the average power punched you in your ribs, and you went down, and that was the end of the fight. So you got knocked out by a guy with average power is what you're saying. So you got to think about that before you say it. You just really put your foot in your mouth. He said Tank got average power. Tank having average power is crazy, yo. Tank got average power, and I hit harder than Wilder, yeah. Since we just saying anything, since we saying y'all know I punch harder than Wilder, yeah, I punch harder than Wilder, y'all. Since we could just say anything, see how that work, Ryan. We could just say anything. Tank don't punch hard, man. Y'all got to stop, man. And Rolly saying that is wild to me because one punch changed and ended the fight for you, and you want us to believe that the man that was only had to land one significant real punch that he didn't even sit down on and turn all the way over, that ended the fight. But you want me to believe that's the guy that don't punch hard. But Rosso, the guy that you made it out of the fight with, is the guy that you want me to believe is such the concussive puncher, right? Yeah, okay. See, it makes a lot of sense. Creole the Traveler, how you feeling, man? That barely won the dog fight with Loma. He ain't about that life. I feel you. Don, what it do, family? Good to see you in the building, fam. How you feeling? Trap Media, what's good with it? He said that man said what he said. He said Tank don't have average power, but Ryan was injured. He had a rib injury. He did say that in this. He said that. But he would have got beat regardless. Derek James better not have picked his opponent. Yeah, KO. I know you're going to do a prediction if you ain't already did it. And I'm going to check it out. I'm going to check that one out because I want to know what you say. Ryan, let DJ, let him off the chain. Yo, let him off the chain. He said, if he say sick him, he said he going to sick him, bro. Tank had Ryan sliding across the ring in the second round. Josh, what's good with it, family? Good to see you in the building, man. Y'all smash the like button for me. Zach B, what it do, man? Tank rearranged Ryan's organs. I'm telling you, bro. Yeah, that man thinking about it, man. He was thinking about it when he was on the ground. Remember when I say almost every Tank opponent stop, says Tank don't hit hard. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's like, what is that? I don't get it. Yo, I don't understand that. Yeah, I don't get it. Yeah, I remember. You know why I question people when they say God after guys knock them out, they try to say they don't hit hard. You know why I have an issue with that? What's good with it, Creel? How you feeling? Salute to everybody in the building. Arthur Spilka, once upon a time, some years back, fought a guy named Deontay Wilder and got stretched. He got stretched. If I'm not mistaken, didn't he get gurneyed out the ring, neck brace? This man proceeded to wake up from a nap that he took against his will, compliments of Wilder, had the audacity to wake up from a nap and say that man don't hit hard. Like, I'm good on that. Like, whatever. Maybe you couldn't feel it because you was asleep soon as he hit you. So I don't know. But all that he don't punch hard stuff is bogus, bro. Like, stop. Like, you ain't fooling nobody. Everybody know Tank punching for real. Like, just it's okay to say it too. It's okay to say it. You know what I'm saying? You'll never hear Shakur say nothing stupid like that, bro. And he defensive minded as hell. You would never hear him say nothing dumb like that. Man was on the ground trying to start a scooter. Philly boy, what it do, family? How you feel? So Ryan saying Dev hit him like that too. He going down. Got it. Right. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He keep talking about fighting Dev too. So get up in there. Man, that was funny, bro. Y'all crazy. Ryan, shout out, yo. Man, you know damn well Tank punching, bro. He ain't feel none of that. His face went numb. Ryan talk about said the Luke body was harder. Yeah, okay. And yeah, okay. Yeah, Luke folded just same way your ass did. I'll tell you that. Y'all both crumbled like a ton of bricks. Tank face lit up like a Christmas tree. He seen he punched Ryan in his rib. Boy, he said, yeah, I got him. Punch that man in his rib like that. Oh, man, Ryan tried to speak the truth out of existence. I'm telling you, he be putting his foot in his mouth. But all in all, man, I give Ryan a lot of credit for some of the moves he made since losing to Tank. I just have a little fun with it. Like, he can have his opinion. I ain't getting punched by Tank. I don't think I got to get punched by him to know he be punching the hell. He be doing these dudes bad, yo. Like, I don't, you get what I'm saying? So he can feel the way he need to feel. Again, he said he want a rematch, so that's funny. But hopefully he is 100% focused on Oscar Duarte, man, because that is a guy that do got some punching power. I think that he got to be aware of. You get what I'm saying? He better have that chin tuck. You know what I'm saying? So Tank Cracker, I think he said Tank he already Thurman. Right, Remo. I had did a video on that, Remo. He said something along them lines. Something along those lines. They asked him who the hardest he been hit by, and I think he said Tank. That's what happened when you get hit by a Tank. Right. Tank punching, temporary memory loss, temporary blindness. Like, you get what I'm saying? It ain't good. Them Tank Davis shots hit different, bro. Ryan said his rib was injured in sparring. Yeah, he said that. Yeah, it was injured. All right. Tank punched that rib out of place. That rib shook. He was like, "Hold on, what's that?" Ryan was on the ground like, "I wonder what that feeling is." Ryan got hit by Tank. He was like, "Hold on." He took that knee. He was like, "What? Wonder what that pain is." That's that pain I'm feeling. What's that pain I'm feeling in my ribs, man? He was like, "Hold on, let me just cop a squat right here, man." They should do Adam Lopez versus Hector Garcia. Yeah, Hector gotta get their beat back. I think Tank beat. I think Tank beat a level, a gear or two off of him. I really do. He already was a slow guy. He's super slow now to me. We just called there. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, and they was going back and forth. Ryan said he undefeated, and that wasn't him that lost the Tank. Hey, who was it in there, Ryan? Was just your friend Rollo? That was Rollo in the ring. I had to pay for that new house that Tank bought him. Right. Ryan said, yeah, a separated rib. Yeah, for real, bro. A separated rib, huh? Now we get Tank credit, bro. Hector blamed the fight in the crowd. Yeah, he did. He said, yo, the fight in the crowd, I was so cold. You was so cold. Nah, them punches from Tank, you was blind, bro. Ryan blames the cause of the contract he signed. Facts, when he should have just made 135 if he really wanted to fight him. Think his rib is held properly. It better have all that time off he had. He had a nice bit of time off because Rolly was good with it, fam. The Tank damn near took Eve out of that man rib. That's crazy. Drake was good with it. He said Hector got 3 to 4 cat lives taken. Yo, I'm telling you, Tank took some years off. He aged Hector. A cousin say he aged Hector about 10, 15 years. Took about 5 fights off his boxing career with that ass open. Kello, what's good with it, bro? Good to see you in the building. So you want to fight a smaller guy? What does he have to go up? Bring your ass back down. Facts. Dre Smith in the building. What's good, Dre? His ribs pierced his lungs and ruptured his liver. Takes some trash bag. Everyone wants to fight him outside his weight class, and their fans are stupid enough to rock with it. I was making that point the other day too, KO, at the end of my stream about Tank. Because they keep saying he fight nobodies and bums, and I just can't agree with that. I think the dude has fought some quality opposition throughout his career. I think we all know what the story is, but a real one's got to give him his credit because we understand boxing and how hard it is to do what he doing. And again, his stature, he's a small guy producing big guy results, bro. Like, you don't know nobody. You don't know, you can't name people that's giving you the same result in a different fashion. There's usually knockouts and stoppages, but it's different fashions of it. Like Hector Garcia one was new. Hector not only didn't know that he didn't get dropped, he thought he was knocked out. He didn't even get dropped, thought he got knocked out, was partially blind and short-term memory loss, all with a matter of about 3 punches from Tank. That's wild. That's real power, bro. I ain't trying to hear it. I joke a lot, but you got to think Hector Garcia was doing interviews talking about how he wasn't doing good and stuff after the loss. So I'm telling you, them Tank, them fisticuffs hit different, don't they? You know what I'm saying? And them fisticuffs, wow. Ryan was supposedly hurt sparring. Yeah, that's what he tried to say. Salute to my baby girl, Miss Just Do. How you feeling, baby girl? Good to see you in the building. Don't work too hard. Can't be with y'all. Yeah, man. Hey, salute to my guy, Thomas Hill. Tank gave us good ass fight all the time. He always give us good action fights, man. He always give us something worth seeing, man. It's always must see TV for me. I always enjoy Tank fights. Crazy. Tank was aiming for 3 fights this year, and another star plan to give you that. Facts, Remo, he had that little hiccup that slowed up his plans, but just a little just a little slight detour, man. He gonna get back to it, man. I root for boxing, so I root for all these dudes at the end of the day. Tank is the cash cow. Everybody wants to fight him. Icon Canadian, salute family. Good to see you in the building, man. Y'all make sure y'all punch the like button. Sub to the channel. Coastal Boxing was good with it. Coastal, good to see you in the building. Hector said he was Ray Charles to the BS, right? John said, yeah, Hector out his world rock, man. Tank punched that man into another thought process. He punched thoughts out his brains that day, man. Hector was smelling thoughts at that point. Man, it messed that man's senses all up, bro. Bole, what it do, family? How you feeling? Do you think Pitbull should be next for Tank? No, Tank will always be Pitbull because he's just better than him. Pitbull skillfully is not on Tank level. Respectfully, I think he can only give Tank a good fight, and he's looked worse since fighting Tank. I think that was the most controlled I've seen him fight. It was the most poised I've seen him fight. Since then, he just really gets in the ring and crash out. I think Tank always beat him, especially with two hands. I could see him stopping him. Pitbull versus Shakur. That'd be interesting to see, Tim, for sure. Because Pitbull will just try to crash out the entire time. That'd be funny. If that fight probably be funny to watch. All right, let's call another 135 pound. Key Alexandria, absolutely, Queen. How you feeling? Peace and blessings to you. Good to see you in the building. Before they would have been hurting that ring against who the people wanted right away. Absolutely. Coach said, who I like to see with Tank. Icon, salute to you, family. Welcome to the fam. Appreciate you, bro. Benavidez fight nights. I don't know. I was hearing a couple different names, man. I like Tank and Teo as a fight. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like the fact that he put Devin Haney name on his TikTok too. I do. I ain't gonna lie to you. And making people forget how hard they get hit. I'm telling you, getting punched into amnesia, making grown men take naps against their will, fully grown, trained men, in shape guys like Leo Santa Cruz. It's just different with Tank. Like I told his coach, I'm not going back with that gorilla. I can't see. The Tank versus Frank. I like that. Frank is MIA. And something I've been hearing little whispers, man. So yeah, I like that too, because I forgot about Frank Martin. I love to see him, Frank and Tank and Frank. KO Pitbull to get his feet wet since the KO, Teo, or Dav. Yeah, man. Look, I think it's two-handed Tank stopping. Now Boost versus Bud. Yeah, he said his 2 fights. He got 2 fights left. Fate. He said his 2 fights is he said Spence, and then he said Canelo. Tank versus Devin or Tank versus Teo is the one to make next year. Absolutely, Josh. Those are the fights, bro. I love both of those fights. And soon Bud gets the win. Who's going to be surprised on what happens in there because he ain't fighting no one like Bud, just like EJ. Yeah, it'll be a good test, though. So I think we come to 140, the party just getting started. Man, KO is always welcome up. KY, what's good with it, fam? How you feeling, man? Fight to make Pitbull versus Frank. Another one I watched. Regis versus Matias is a great fight, bro. Regis versus Matias is a great fight, for sure. And look, I ain't counting Regis. I know a lot of people love Matias. I do too, but I think Regis is a tough guy to count out. I think he a dog in the ring, for real, for real. And I love to see that fight. It's a dangerous fight. Matias is a dangerous ass fight for anybody. Tank versus De Los Santos. Tank gonna be in there with De Los Santos. He's like, I'm gonna show you how it's supposed to be done. De Los Santos would make a fun fight for anybody, though. I wouldn't mind taking Gary Antoine, but Tank wouldn't get credit. Yeah. And Gary Antoine, the one that said he can make 135. Say he can make 135 for Tank. Jonathan was good with a Kid Austin about to get his Tank fight. Well, I think can beat Matias. Look, he gonna be a tough guy to deal with because of his style, right? Matias is, but I don't know, like I look at the top of the upper echelon of 140. I look at him and Regis as a good fight. I just don't know if you could flat out just say this one and beat him, right? But I think he'll make an interesting fight for Hitchens. He'll make a good fight with Teo. You get what I'm saying? Man, Regis would be a good fight. Gary Antoine would be another good fight. I think those, as long as you giving them 50-50 type matchups, man, we good, man. I like those fights. I'm waiting for fighting Devin. I had money. He got money on Dev. Kid also fighting JoJo next year. That's a good fight for him. Rick Tens, what it do, family? How you feeling, bro? Regis over Devin, but I think they might rob Regis if Devin don't stop. If he don't stop Devin, no. I feel you. I don't think they'll stop. I don't think they'll rob him though. I don't think they'll rob him. I think they'll get a fair shake. But being that we talking about that, so that brings me to my question, and the reason why I asked it, because after rewatching their sit down face off again, they both was talking a certain way, right? They both was you heard Dev saying like, yo, I'm gonna beat the shit out you. You've heard Bill say, yo, you going to the hospital, different things like that. So Dev talking like, that's dog fight talk. You get what I'm saying? And then when you hear Regis say it ain't gonna be skill versus power, or power versus skill, is gonna be skill versus skill. He talking a boxing match. You get what I'm saying? So I think when both guys speak that way, they both almost promising or guaranteeing that they're gonna deliver in a manner that they don't typically do. Like Dev is not typically in dog fights, and Regis don't typically come to box. So it's gonna be interesting if they was just selling the fight, or if either guy is really truly gonna be willing to get in there and fight outside themselves. Is Regis gonna be willing to go skill for skill with Dev? Because can Regis win a boxing match against Devin? Can Devin win a dog fight against Regis? Can he win an exciting fight against Regis? Or does it have to be quote unquote what the people call boring, right? You get what I'm saying? I think it's an interesting question. I think if the fight is to be exciting for Dev, I think it'll have to be a mixture of both, him boxing and fighting. You get what I'm saying? And for Regis, the same thing, man. If the fight is to be exciting, it got to be his typical, like, rough him up, dog fight kind of fight. I mean, anything less, if you try to go tit for tat with Dev, I think he'll outbox you. You get what I'm saying? So I think his best bet is to get in there and really press the issue. This fight with Devin will tell you how Regis is looking. Would Tony Rafson? We might stop it on the ghost flurry that don't land. Regis wanted to the first. Okay, what'd he say? I think like he said, I think I give Regis credit for his transparency and being honest. Like his mind was somewhere else. Ant, what's good with it, Ant? My bad. Man, pardon me, Ant. We gonna need to skill to learn anything hard on Devin. Yeah, man. He definitely is. He gonna have to close that gap. You say he coming to box, I'm coming to fight. That's why I like the fact that I know he said some skill versus skill, but I want to see you trying to fight, because I believe that's your best chance. I believe you try to go in there and outskill Devin, I think he'll outbox you. And it could get embarrassing for you. But if you go in there and be Regis Prograis, then I think that gives you the best chance to be successful on the night. So can Regis win a boxing match? I think it's unlikely. Can Devin win the dog fight? I think it's less than likely, but I think he can mix things up and make it an exciting fight for the fans, right? I don't think it has to be this quote unquote boring fight that some people call it, right? But I do think he's gonna have to mix both up. You get what I'm saying? If he wants to win this fight and be exciting doing it, because you can't go in there and outdog the dog, in my opinion. That would go seriously bad for Dev, in my opinion. I think his best bet is to go in there and box and be smart, be disciplined, keep him on the outside, establish your jab, pick your shots, create your openings, and win this fight round by round. And if it has to be boring, then so be it. You get what I'm saying? Don't be no fool. You get what I'm saying? You've been a smart guy through 30 fights. I think you brought in, different game plans for different guys. Obviously, the way you fought Loma was different than what you gonna fight, how you gonna fight Regis, obviously, right? So I think when you do get in there, you got to do what you do best, and I think you gotta block out the noise, man. And if you try to go outside of yourself, I think you got to be very calculated when you do it, because Regis is a dangerous guy to be in there experimenting on. You get what I'm saying? Or trying different things, or trying to be outside of yourself. You get what I'm saying? Salute to you, and pardon me, bro. I just now seen it when you popped off. Regis can box. You got a good jab. You have to use it. He got the shorter arms. It's gonna be interesting to see how often Dev uses the jab and how effective it's going to be. Like I said, my boy Ant McQueen, I ain't see Ant McQueen yet. I want him to pop through. He always breaking down that open stance, and think he feel like Regis is going to be able to take away the jab at Dev. That's pivotal. That's key if he can, but I don't know if he can. I don't know if it's going to be that easy, man. You know, I was Regis or Regis punches a hole in his face. Flawless mentality, Dr. Mark. How you feeling? OG, my brother. You feel me, Thomas? You feel me? Creole said it. Dev Wynn being born. He was clicked on social media, and this is the thing that's interesting, Creole, right? You know, some of the things they're saying in the face off, like for you to beat the shit out of them, for you to, you know, your dad to be issuing hospital warnings and like that, it's a certain way you're gonna have to approach this fight, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be entertaining to see if he brings that type of fight or if he want to play it safe. Because again, especially in this time, you know, Shakur went out there and laid an egg, right? He didn't do much offensively, right? And they got called born. So are you gonna have to fight that kind of fight? And not saying don't throw your hands. Obviously, you expect to be 100% going into that fight. So I expect to see him fight back. But how is he going to do it? You get what I'm saying? Is he going to take those chances and try to get a fan something, or is he going to play it safe? You get what I'm saying? Because again, I think mixing it up would be smart, if anything. You get what I'm saying? Not any one way. I think we'll get him there. I think you're gonna have to mix it up. It's a T-Rex versus octopus. That's funny. That's funny. Ant was good with it. Ant really interesting.
Hey, Just. Hey, I have a question. Let's say Dev or Regis wins this fight.
Me too.
Okay, let's first go with Dev. If he wins this fight, look, after what we saw with Matias last weekend, do you think it's a smart fight for Dev to take?
I think what's a hard fight for him, Matias?
No. Do you think it's a smart decision to take that fight after that beatdown you saw Matias do?
I mean, look, that's gonna be a rough fight for anybody, but the thing is, when you at 140, and like his dad, Bill Haney, said to me a few weeks back, they trying to snatch up all the belts. So Matias is a guy with a belt. And I think I forget what name he did. He might have mentioned the name. He didn't remember Matias by name, but I think he said the Puerto Rican kid. But look, that's a dangerous fight for anybody. I don't see him going in that direction. He can prove me wrong, but I think Regis is a pretty risky fight, right? That's a real puncher in here and there with. And
yeah, and for me, realistically, it's a fit. For me, it's I don't see it a 50-50. Like I give Devin credit, but to me, how the Andrade fight played out with Benavidez is what's going to happen to Dev. A guy who doesn't really have power, and we always criticize him that he didn't have power in a lighter division, and his power is not going to translate at 140 and stuff like that. And he's already complaining that he can't deal. He can't. What is it called? Him and his father did an interview where they already said that they can't. They're already struggling, keeping their weight at 140, and he might have to move up already to 147.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect him to say that, but they ain't going nowhere. They're gonna be there. They ain't jumping out of 140 that fast. Yeah, they ain't going nowhere. But I think overall, this fight right here is gonna be a good one. I noticed Dad was calling. If y'all noticed in that face off too, he was like, you're a one trick pony. You know, you do the same thing every fight. You know, that's all you're gonna do is try to do the same thing, land that left hand. And my thing is, how many different avenues for both of these guys? Can Dev win more than just by being a boxing match? Can Regis do more than make it a dog fight, make it rough, and win that way? You get what I'm saying? Because I don't look at Regis as a one trick pony. I don't look at Dev as a one trick pony. But it's interesting that he used those choice of words. But when you look at it, it seems like both guys have one obvious path to victory that would make the most sense, right? And that's obviously Dev using his length and his reach and keeping him on the outside, keeping him at the end of the punches, staying long, keeping the jab in his face, following with the straight right hand, going to the body, right? That seems like the most obvious path to victory. And when you look over on the other end with Regis, the most obvious path to victory is you getting in his chest, making that fight tough and rough and physical for him. You get what I'm saying? Imposing your will if you can and landing your left hands, right? So would that make both of them one-trick ponies? Because that's how I see them approaching this fight. You get what I'm saying? I don't see these dudes going in there trying to, reinvent the wheel and do something totally different for this fight. It's about being smart. They're going in there to embarrass this dude if he can. So in doing so, I think that's his version of beating the shit out of him, as he put it. I think just embarrassing him and putting hands on him and outboxing the hell out of him. I think that's what his plan gonna be. Aqua Flex, what's good with it, fam? Salute to you.
See, for me, when I look at Dev,
good, my bro. Good to see you in the building.
And for me, when I say Dev is a one-trick pony, what I mean is he doesn't have he doesn't have a big amount of punch selection when it comes to the different types of punches he throws. It seems like he just relies on 2 punches all the time, his jab, his straight right hand, and his jab.
I mean, those are some primary weapons for him, but where I give him a ton of credit is understanding what he does good in there and utilizing it despite how people feel about it. So if it got to be death by 1,000 jabs, then that's what it's going to be. He's going to be a heavy dose for Regis if it's up to him. So that's why my respect for him grow. He don't care what the people are saying. He gonna fight the way he see fit to get that job done. So I think that makes him smart.
Do you agree with me that he has a limited amount of punch?
He got some punches in his arsenal, but I think what you're seeing is you highlighting, I think, what his go-to punches. And I think all fighters had those couple shots that they like. I get what you're saying. You want to see more variation, but I think he has it. You get what I'm saying? I feel like the more comfortable and more in rhythm Dev gets, the more you see him go in the bag. You get what I'm saying?
Regis has a great jab too, so let's not underestimate Regis.
What's up, Josh?
John, what's good with it, bro?
Hey, John.
I want to get in on this. I want to get in on this.
He fought KAMBOSOS
punch variation.
One, right? KAMBOSOS 1 was a little different than KAMBOSOS 2 because I feel like obviously he's seen him for 12 rounds and he felt a lot more comfortable. So you've seen him being a little bit more mean with him in there, going for it a little bit more. So I think it's all about him being comfortable. You get what I'm saying? And these dudes are
when he got 3 different tracks. You know what I'm saying?
What's good? Talk to me. He said Dad was digging to Loma body with that right hook. Yeah, I like the body work. I like the body work, Loma. I thought it was smart.
No, but his variation is not consistent enough, is what I'm saying.
But I wanted to talk to you about. You said you think what's gonna happen to him is what happened to Andrade with Matias?
Against Subriel Matias. When fans are worried about your punching power translating,
I don't know if it's fans or is it just a certain sector of people who are saying they worried about his punch. You know what I'm saying? His punch.
No, it's not.
Because I'm not.
Even no, this is even boxing pundits saying this too. Like guys in the media are saying that if he goes against Matias, let's say he beats Regis and he what is it called?
If he goes against Matias, it's going to be like Andrade.
I think he beats him.
Look, man,
I think it'd be tough, but I think he beats him.
For some people,
I think he beats him before.
It's interesting. Everybody on this Matias wave. I like him too. He dangerous as hell. Very well.
Yeah, that's what he ain't got no defense.
That dude, that defense, bro. That is going to be the issue. I want people to make sure you do not ignore the fact that getting hit a lot is cool. That you have the chin, but it's not cool to have it on display every fight. You get what I'm saying? You want it, and somebody gonna make you pay for that. That's my only.
What does Dev have that Andre don't? He got a gas tank.
Yeah,
it come with extra gas.
That boy be in shape, man. That man be in shape.
He got a gas tank.
I don't know third round.
If you want to run,
no, I'm not talking about the gas. And do you see where I'm coming from when it comes to his punch?
You did.
you
No,
talk about
because
his variation
that
in
deals
jabs.
with
It's the
that.
same punch
That
though.
I don't. No, it's not. It's not the same punch.
I just think, look, I know what you're saying, Ant, but again, it's all about comfortability. And I think that's what any fighter, the more comfortable you see a fighter get, the more they go into their bag. But while he's establishing his distance and range and getting his offense on track, he got some go-to punches. You get what I'm saying? And one of them is one of the smartest in boxing is a jab. So never going to knock him for utilizing that as a weapon. Like you can land that, then you can land.
Yeah, I'm not knocking on it.
Well,
Knocking
no,
it.
not that you're knocking it. I'm just saying that me. So I'm not mad. I get what you're saying, but you want to see more offense from him is what you're saying. But I think that comes with comfortability is what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying?
But I think he got the best punch to deter Matias. That's the best punch to deter his ass because he got to reset every time you throw that motherfucker. He has to go back.
Right.
And to me, Regis is an awkward guy too. Like I think that's what's gonna would you say Regis has the same awkwardness as like a Demetrius, or Demetrius is a little bit more awkward?
No, sir. He can if Regis had feet, I'll give it to him. But awkwardness come with your stances, how you looking. Can you make yourself a smaller target? Nah, he not doing that on a consistent basis.
Got some underrated head.
I'm not saying he got I'm not saying he trash, but he not Andrade. You know what I'm saying, with the angles and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. He has the awkwardness, but it's not as drastic as Demetrius.
No, sir. It's not even as drastic as, because if you want to be like an awkward ass fighter that give you awkward looks, I mean, you could say Shakur or Tank, really. They give you an awkward
awkward. Right, IB. I'm telling you, he can get that head off the line. Regis can do some things. This is gonna be fun to watch, to see this fight materialize.
It is. He's gonna get the head off the line until he can't no more.
Yeah, like I said earlier in the chat too, it's conducive to neither of them to fight the fight that the other guy's trying to fight. Like, it's not conducive for Devin to get into a dogfight with Regis, and it's not conducive for Regis to become a pure boxer in this fight, because then Devin would outpoint him.
I'm with you,
honest.
but
It's gonna be a mistake.
I think it'll be wise for both guys to be able to mix it up if need be, because I think in every fight, it's safe to say every guy gets hit, right? So I think when Regis does his work, there'll be moments where it's more of a fight than a boxing match you would suppose. And I think in those moments, Dev got to be able to ward him up off him, right? While maintaining his boxing. So yeah, it is smart for him to go in there and box. And why go in there and bang with him? I mean, why give him opportunities to get you out of it? It makes no sense. So go in there and be smart. Dominate him with your jab if you need be. But I see this fight playing out one or two ways. There's one guy coming to fight, one guy's coming to box.
And this is why I'm saying I'm getting tired of Bill doing this, like promising that his son is going to send someone to a hospital when his track record proves otherwise, that he's not going to knock out someone like.
You just got to consider the fact
that sent Loma to the hospital, so I don't see it far out of reach.
He's just selling the fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know that, but like if you do that with the wrong fight, like promoting something like that, saying something like that, and you get into a firefight with the wrong fighter, when his fans are gonna, like, some of his hardcore fans are gonna expect him to knock out Regis because of a comment like that. Like,
thanks, Josh. You gotta be a little, multifaceted in there. You don't want to just go into the fight with any one game plan. You always want to be prepared. I hear some people.
Is this card good?
Plan B, just it won't work, but in this case, just being realistic, it's got to be more than one game plan, and I wouldn't be surprised.
Hey, Just, I got a question for you.
What's good with it, John?
How many game plans realistically do you think Regis can go in there with? Actually perform with, because it's about 3 of them Dev could do. He could go in there outside, or go mid range.
I feel like, again, like both guys, of course, Dad want to establish his jab and keep him at distance, right? I think that would be his first method of victory. And I feel like for Regis, you want to, neutralize the jab, get in close, cut the ring, things like that. I feel like that'd be his first method of victory. But in doing that, there's no way that you're going to tell me Dad ain't going to force you to box. So that has to be part of your game plan. You have to be willing to box with this dude in spots because it's going to be that kind of fight. And I think as well as on the other end, you got to be prepared, at least at the bare minimum, to fight when it goes from a boxing match to a fight. So that's what makes this fun, because both guys want to get their business done differently. And Dad want to stop him from doing what he doing by establishing the jab, keeping him long, keeping him on the outside. And Regis want to nullify that jab, get in close and try to break him. Because again, he said he want to hurt him. So they promising hurt business, man. I like the talk. And like I said, this is one of the more confident Devin Haney's I've seen in his career. He's very confident. I like it. I actually like it. I'm like, yo, this dude, he like, yo, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. Keep saying it. I'm like, yo,
I think he gonna fight him, because Dev is easily drawn into a fight.
With that
what's
look.
good, Just Do? What's good, fellas?
Fish Grease, what it do,
What's going on?
I hear y'all up here cooking, man. The thing is, when it comes to Devin and Regis, I'm not going to talk about the Matias fight because we don't know if that's going to happen yet. But when it comes to Devin and Regis, we heard this talk from Devin before when he got in there with Linares. And see, the thing is, Devin is an excellent boxer, and I always said Devin doesn't have to please the fan by getting a firefight, because if he gets in a firefight with a guy like Regis, and the same thing happened in the Linares fight, I don't think he's going to make it out of that fight, because the one thing we can say about Regis, when he gets you hurt, he usually gets you out of there. So I can't see Devin going in there getting rocked and able to hold on to Regis Prograis and make it through the rest of the fight. If Regis rocks you, 9 times out of 10, he's getting you out of there. So Devin's best bet is to box this man and keep him on the outside. Now, Regis, he has to fight from the mid-range, and that's Devin's best attribute, is fighting in mid-range, because none of these guys are real big inside fighters. Like, all of Regis punches usually come from mid-range. Neither one of them are very good inside fighters. So if Devin can keep Regis at mid-range and on the end of his jab, at the end of his punches, Dev had the best chance of winning. If he gets into a firefight, which that's what Regis loves to do, is fight at some point, he'll try to box. And when the boxing is not working, he likes to fight. If Dev get into that fight, you're working into Regis' playground. That's where Regis play at. You want him to play in your playground. Don't go to his block. Make him come to your block. I mean,
right.
And the one thing that I see from Devin, he gets hit a lot more in the later rounds. So you want to be able to have that stamina saved up, so in those later rounds when you are getting hit more, you're able to withstand those punches. Because if you already dead tired because you was in a firefight way too early, when it gets to those later rounds and you get hit with something big, you're gonna be out of there.
Right.
Yeah, I think what you say is what I said earlier. It's not conducive for either of them to try to go in with their opposite game plans in this to have a successful fight for either fighter. Like for either Regis, like you can't have Regis be a pure boxer and win this fight, and you can't have Devin going in to a firefight with Regis and win the fight and stuff like that.
Yeah, not for the duration of the fight. You were mixing it up.
The whole fight, you can't do that. Like
not the whole fight, but Dev's gonna have to fight his spots. He gotta fight.
No
this is not a fight where he can't just
unnecessary and just go in there and fight. You know what I'm saying? Regis looked like he's in some really good shape, man. He looked focused. I like the fact that it wasn't no switcheroos. Both guys got an equal opportunity to prepare for each other, so there's no excuse going into this fight. Two healthy dudes going in there, putting it on the line, man. Regis It's not to be overlooked though, but Devin is gonna have a smart game plan, which I don't doubt that he will. I do see him, being smart. I mean, this is who he is, you know what I mean? And again, I always say this: people don't speak enough about that kid's discipline. Is what really do it for me. And again, it's about winning the fight the way you need to win it, not the way somebody see you win it, and that's what he understands. Remo, what it do, family?
Hey, Remo.
What's good with it, Blue Buzz Sports TV? What's good with it, bro? Good to see you in the building. How you feeling, bro? Ant McQueen backstage. What's good, family?
What's going on, Just? Salute to the panel.
It's gonna be fun, man. I can't. That's why I keep talking about it. You know what I mean? I can't wait to see it. But again, yeah, man. A dog fight for Dev would be rough, but mixing it up would be smart. And again, it's just you know those moments gonna present themselves with a guy like Regis. I don't see him laying down. You never seen a fight where he laid down, so I can see him being frustrated early, but I'll have to work through some things.
And I asked Just this question. Since you know more, Just answered it, but I want since you have more technical side of where you break down the tape and stuff. Do you agree with me that Dev? Sometimes his comfortability and lack of variation can hurt him sometimes in terms of his punch selection. Like it seems like he over relies on his favorite punches, which is the straight right hand and the jab, a little bit too much.
I get it. I get it.
I wouldn't say he over relies on it. I think if he sees that's working, that's when he stay with it until you figure it out. Once you figure it out, then he switch it up.
Right. Right. He gonna make you figure it out. Like if you show him that you can't stop that, then it's gonna be a heavy dose. That's why I say it'd be death.
Yeah, that's what he did. That's what he did. That's exactly what he did to Kambosos. Kambosos couldn't get around the jab, so he just kept throwing the jab. He'd throw the straight right every once in a while, but he just kept throwing the jab because Kambosos couldn't get around it.
But Rougarou has a great jab too, so he can't be relying like.
Yeah, he does. But the thing with Regis is he throw away his jab way too early. Like here, his jab will be working, and then all of a sudden he say this fight is boring, and he wants to fight. He gets bored with the fight instead of him making them jump out of character. He ends up jumping out of character and throw the playbook out the window because he's bored.
I got a question.
What's good with it, Remo?
At some point in time, like I don't want to jump on here and make it seem like I'm poo-pooing on Devin all the time. But as you go up in competition always gets better. Devin's a decent boxer at that, but with the competition coming up, you think that Regis is going to sit there and allow the pace to be consistent the whole fight? And with me saying that is like, we don't know what dog, like the question that you have, the dog that's in Devin Haney, can it take what's going to be coming back from Regis if we get to that point where it's going to become a fight? And he is fighting a lefty where we've seen him be open to lefties touching him. Now it's his chin at 140, and that for Regis, who's known as a puncher at 140, to touch Devin.
Right. Nah, that's a great point. That's a great point. Definitely gotta.
It's gonna be a fight that's gonna break out at some point. It's probably gonna be like round 5 or round 6. A fight gonna break out. It's gonna take Devin and his high ring IQ that we all believe that he has is to figure out, hey, I can't sit here in a dog fight with him because it's not going to end well with me in a dog fight because that's what he like to do, and that's what I always say. Dev always wants to please the fan with putting on a good show. What pleases the fan is outboxing somebody, making a great opponent look like an amateur. Like if you go in there with Regis and he make Regis look like he doesn't belong in the ring with Devin, people gonna be like, okay, yeah, Devin is the truth. But when you go in there and you gotta really gut it out to win the fight, and you could have did it easy, you be like, okay, how high is his ring IQ?
And D, this is why I said earlier to Just that what worries me, I understand it's part of promotion, but sometimes promising, like his father
What's
saying,
up,
I know
gentlemen?
it's
What's good,
What's
Dan?
good?
I understand it's part of promotion, but for me, I fear that eventually I feel it's gonna catch up to him when his father says he's gonna put Regis in the hospital like that. Like
No, I
and
mean,
his
you
fans
gotta.
are gonna expect a knockout.
I get you, but you gotta always keep in mind if they expect it, then I mean you can get some people to tune in, and that's what Bill's whole plan is, and that's why I don't hold him to it too much, man. Because I mean, look, selling us that he gonna knock him out, like all right, like come on, man, like that's unlikely. It's not impossible, but you see, if you can sell it, it's gonna be some people that'll buy it and people that might tune in because you can.
Especially if he go out there and actually knock Regis out, people gonna be like, whoa, we didn't see this coming. We didn't see this coming at all.
But even if he don't knock him out, that's Bill's point of being in the team. He's there to sell the fight, to get people to be interested.
No, but you understand where I'm coming from. That type of promotion can get you hurt with the wrong fighter. Like if he does that with let's say he beats Regis and his next fight is against Subriel Matias. Can you really be doing that with a Subriel who walks forward?
He might approach that differently though, bro. He might not.
Exactly.
It's one promotion at a time.
Regis.
Like
one at a time. One fight has nothing to do with the other.
Correct. Exactly.
One
the
press
promotion won't be
conference
the
has
same.
nothing to do with the other either.
Correct. Right. I agree with you, man.
True.
I understand selling the fight, but like Mayweather said, can't nobody get in there and fight for you. You got to get in there and fight.
Talk to him. Right. True indeed. So again, that's all. I understand Bill's position. It's just to sell the fight. You know what I mean? Bring eyes to it. He very confident in his son. He like, look, man, we gonna beat his ass, and I like it. I like it. Can't wait to see it. That's why I'm gonna keep bigging it up. It's a good fight for boxing. It's not an easy opponent. I'm not doing that to Regis. That dude is a real dog. Even in the one loss you're seeing, he went to war with that guy. It looked like they replaced Josh Taylor's eye with a damn plum. Man, yeah, that man looked crazy. I don't know how he finished that fight with his eye looking like that. But that's Regis. So he's the guy. Remember, despite how you feel about that last performance, he did clock that dude, drop him, and that guy got on a good foot. And if you go and look at any of the realest fights, much like Karen, when Boots fight him, them dudes did not fight. That is the only fight you're gonna find on tape where they fought the way they fought those guys that night. So,
hey, one thing to think about, guys. You know how everybody mentioned Tank and Devin. I think this fight is going to give us a clear idea of how that fight would look like with Regis and Devin.
I don't agree with. I don't think so.
I don't think so
at all.
Reason I'm saying that because one, they're both southpaw and they both pack a big punch.
Nah.
Yeah, but the thing is, Tank box way better than Regis do. Tank is
I agree.
A much better boxer.
I agree. I'm just saying it's going to give us some sort of an idea of what it would look like.
Right, the southpaw look with power. See how he might approach a guy that's southpaw.
Right,
that's cracking.
Right,
I get that. But yeah, it's some type of preparation. I see to that effect. Right. Yeah, Tank, man, I'm telling you, man, being a complete athlete, I think that's what people don't give him enough credit for, man.
I would say for me, I would say that this fight would show you how a fight versus Devin versus Teal would play out, to be honest. Not Devin versus Tank.
I don't even think that's the case either.
Different for me. I mean, again, maybe you can prepare to deal with the power. You get what I'm saying? Maybe the guys that are bigger, more closer to your size, but Teo is another one. That's
if you want to put Teo in a situation, if Devin come out this joint and he come out here with a shining armor and he looks amazing in here, this is going to make Teo say, hey, I'm not getting in the ring with this dude. I'm for sure not getting in the ring with him.
Mm-hmm. That's facts. He's very explosive, man. That makes him very thing. He's a cat with it.
I mean, at this time, all those guys say they
just don't know
at this point.
It come, you just don't see it.
that man already trying to cash out with Devin already. He go out there and he he beat the brakes off of Regis, man. Tio, man, you ain't enough money you can give me to fight this man. Hell no, I just saw what he did to Regis.
All the time.
I just saw what he did to Regis. I'm not getting in there.
My question is, can you guys explain to me what the hell?
I give him
what
a
the
real
hell
chance,
happened
you know
that
what I mean?
like
It's gonna be tough though, but I give him a
can you
chance.
guys explain to me what the hell happened with with Subriel on Saturday? Like he went in there with bad intentions, like he wanted to end this guy's career. Like what the hell happened?
I mean,
what the hell happened there?
Dude did say he was willing to die in there, right? You ain't need to say that. I was like, why you don't gotta say that? Because Subriel.
Well, what happened was Matias is just a better fighter.
Man. You answered
Yeah,
your
just
own question.
Listen,
You answered your own
skillfully, I
question. He
think
went in there with
Ricochet have had it, but again, the more skillful guy don't always win. I think he shot his load very early, and them shots that he was landing was flush early. Some of them straight left hands. He was sending them things straight down the pipe. But Matias,
agreed,
a zombie, man. He like a walker from The Walking Dead, bro. You just keep getting hit. You keep coming. I know that's very taxing mentally, and you just keep pressing. And then once he start getting his offense going, he start generating that power with them little short shots and just grind you down, man. He punches from all angles.
And this is why I was on D's channel last night, and I said he reminds me a little bit of Ricardo Mayorga, kind of like that style. Like Ricardo had that same style where he didn't care. He didn't care. He would walk forward and take punches that weren't necessary to take. That's how Subriel is.
But and again, you see, ultimately, like Mayorga, that stuff was exciting and it was entertaining. But you see, somebody catches up to you. No way in hell you could think that it's cool to block punches with your face in boxing, especially with dudes punching like
I guess earlier in the chat I asked, is a high guard defense considered a good defense? And I'm assuming that it's not, especially if you go up against a big puncher.
I mean, I get it definitely leaves openings because, like, one guy that does that a lot, I think, is a Benavidez, and you see how open and exposed he leave his body with that high guard. And you got certain fighters that's massive,
does it too.
Taking that high guard apart, man, destroying it, man. So it's like
with David, I think he purposely I think that's a tactic for David. To be honest, I feel David does that on purpose because sometimes I feel that he knows his opponents are not great body punchers.
All out was good, bro.
Like I think David does a high guard on purpose because he knows the opponents he's facing are not great body punchers. Like I feel that's a tactic for David, to be honest. Like he does that on purpose.
It depends on how active your guard is too. Because you look at somebody like Canelo. Canelo employs the high guard, but his high guard is active. It's not static. Like Joe Joyce, he keeps his hands in the same place. Like he keeps his guard up, but it's just so static that you can punch around it, you can punch through it.
Does Shakur apply a high guard?
No.
At times he does. No, he does at times.
Tank does.
At times. Tank does too.
And he uses a high guard to close that gap and to really launch a leading right hand.
But it's a trap though.
Yeah. It's like it's playing possum basically. And then when he get close enough, he know he got a missile running at you versus a firecracker. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For me, in the last 20 years, the two guys that I can remember that has successfully employed that high guard successfully to me are Floyd and Canelo. Like,
and
to be honest,
Winky Wright was the master of the high guard. But then again, Winky
I never saw Winky. That's why I'm saying Floyd
Winky had like
Winky was serious. He was hard to break through.
Was another dude that had a pretty good high guard. Joshua Clottey. He was another one that had a good high guard. But
the two guys you're talking about, I started watching boxing after those two guys retired, so that's why I'm saying Floyd and Canelo, to be honest.
Yeah, imagine being Floyd being right in front of you with a high guard. You go to hit him, pull back, and give you that pull counter. That's so demoralizing. Jesus Christ.
So with that being said, how far is Matisse high guard is going to get him?
I don't think his is going to get him that far because his isn't necessarily active all the time. Like him, he's just eating a whole bunch of shots, and there really isn't like a trap involved. He's just a rugged dude. And like Just says, we've seen guys like that. And you mentioned Mayorga. That was fun while it lasted, but the body has limits. It doesn't matter
Antonio
how tough you
Margarito.
are. It doesn't matter how tough you are, you know, how good your chin is. It's not always a good thing to put that chin on display, because eventually it will get chipped. It's just like a mountain. You can move a mountain if you chip away a rock at a time. Eventually you can, you know what I mean, it's going to dissipate.
Do you think these fighters who have elite chins tend to trust their chin too much? That's why their careers are too short? And
yeah, some guys like that, where they have a little bit too much faith in their chin, because again, you know, the human head wasn't meant to be punched on like that, man. It's going to catch up to you eventually.
Is this card with Devin a good fight? Like, is this card gonna be good? Are the undercard fights gonna be great?
I would say no for the Devin Haney's card. No.
Yeah.
It would have been better. Andy Cruz, I believe he has a replacement opponent. I gotta check my messages, but he was going to originally fight Hector Tanahara, who had to pull out, I think, due to some type of hernia, I think, something like that. No, Ebony Bridges had a different opponent, and I think they still searching for a replacement opponent for her. So I think the one fight up there that you might could look forward to, I believe that's still a go, is Montana Love and Liam Parrow. So maybe that might be co-main.
Speaking of that card, what were your guys' opinions? Did you guys feel? Do you think Charlo's back at full strength, or do you think he still had a little bit of weakness?
Nah, he's definitely got a little ways to go. You can tell for starters, he's not in the best shape possible. You're not going to see it. I think the best version or the better version of him, or the best of what he is now, until he's in the absolute best shape possible. So I think he need to make up his mind whether he want to campaign at 60 or 68. If I was him, I would say just go ahead at the 68 and make it happen. Make those fights. Fight a Caleb Plant or something. I think that make a lot of sense to fight that guy.
How about him versus Benavidez?
Who, Charlo?
Yeah.
I mean,
after you think it's a mistake after what he did to Andrade?
Yeah, man, that was it. Judah Ben, what's good, my bro? How you feeling, my brother? What's good? Rebar,
hey, Judah.
Good, I think Jamal Charlo is be able to hold his ground more, and I think his punches coming back will be a lot harder. I think considerably harder, where I think you could put something on Benavidez's mind. You can slow him down from constantly coming forward. You got something, bro. But that dude is another one. He a zombie. He like a walker from The Walking Dead, bro. He just keep coming forward.
I've said this. David and Subriel had this mechanism in their brain where they shut off and they don't care about the punches they take. That's not normal. That is not normal.
Right. Champion said Benavidez, man. Benavidez is a dog, but Charlo is too, man. But I only want to see that fight if he's at the top of his game, because if not, anything less than that is going to be a loss, in my opinion. Benavidez is a dangerous guy to go in there with and be anything.
Did you hear David might move up and fight Bivol or Baturviev? Just apparently, if he doesn't get the Canelo fight,
I feel like we know Canelo not gonna fight him, and that's unfortunate as hell. But so I guess he can get that out of his head. But listen, I would like to see him and Morrell fight possibly. I know he said he got about 2 more fights, I think, left at 68, and he was going up to 75. And his pops already spoke about fighting a Bivol or Better Beef, and he even spoke about it. So maybe we'll see him up there sooner than later, because, again, I don't think he's getting that Canelo fight. I just don't think there's nothing he can do to get that fight.
And I said this multiple times, and people think I'm crazy. I think Canelo, and I've said this, and people think I'm crazy. I think Canelo, being the businessman that he is, would rather face a guy off a loss than a guy like Benavidez after what he did. I think he would rather face, I've been saying this, I think he would rather face Demetrius Andrade after what he saw off a loss rather than David Benavidez off a win. I've said this, and
People
people
will
think
call
I'm
that
crazy.
shit out though. I mean, yeah, and I don't think either one of those guys get to fight next. As far as him, people, I don't know. I don't care much about saying like a guy doesn't or does deserve a fight. For me, I know they was calling David Morrell out once upon a time. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't too long ago. I know his father was adamant about enough of the talk. It's time to fight. And then I know when they revisited the situation, he sung a different tune and said he had to build his fan base and stuff like that. I think it's weird. The fact that dude holds a portion of a title, I think gives him the right to fight other guys. Like, you can't say he ain't ready, right? He had that thing since what, his fourth fight, I believe, something like that. So no, Morrell just a little bit different. I say it's better to lose early than late. So if he can't beat David, then show me. But I like to see the matchup. Not so much Charlo, because Charlo ain't all the way back. And I'm just going, for me, that's a loss. Anything less than 100% David ain't the guy to play with. If you're not 100%, that dude is going to come to win. So I won't necessarily want to see that. Andre lost. I wouldn't care to see that right this minute. It's not a ton of intriguing matchups for me for David left at 68. You get what I'm saying? It's not a ton of them people. So I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know where he go from here.
I think Morrell needs to fight a few more guys to kind of build a resume, because look how long we've been talking about Benavidez and Canelo and them getting together, and those guys haven't really fought each other in the past couple of years. They've gone on to fight other people. I know Morrell is a talent. I get it, and we want to see him get in there against the best, and I think in due time he will. But for now, to kind of put him in the mix of fighting those guys, I don't think he's deserving of it, but I could be wrong.
Nah, I mean, I get that. There's no real pushback there. It's just, I think when you talk about availability and who's really going to possibly get this dude the challenge, man, it's starting to get slim out there for Benavidez, man. And it's like, you got one guy that got all the belts and just refuse to get that man an opportunity. It's a disservice.
No, I agree with you. I feel you. I think everyone needs to see the Benavidez and Canelo. I agree with you 100%. I'm saying adding Morrell into the fray with only having 8 professional fights is a little disservice to these guys who've been putting in work.
Let me see. I listen. I can't argue that. I just know it'll always be a good matchup. And again, I'm always hang on to the fact that I was calling this dude out as early as it is. It was already, and it was already talks about the fight. And then I don't know. I'm just saying, if all else fails, I'm thinking of potential opponents here. He only 9-0. He got a fight coming up to December 16th.
Let's see what's his name's resume is looking like, Morrell. Because to me, and I know resume doesn't win fights. I just want to say this real quick though, Just, because we do have some guys that I feel as though they're capable of being fast tracked. Like we saw Lomachenko.
I was just getting ready to say that. I agree.
In there with Gary Russell Jr.
True.
And then he's got a very, very, very lean resume. When you look at all of the guys that he's faced, Rocky Martinez, Jason Sosa, Nicholas
100%.
Walters, this one, that one. So David Morrell could possibly be one of those guys. What's that guy that he fought? Falco. That dude was an Olympian.
Yeah.
Well, I think one of the reasons.
You seen what he did to Ados at 16-0. He was valid.
You know what I'm saying?
Elvin Henderson was valid. Alontes Fox, he destroyed him.
That's what
Mario, he flatlined. He did him bad. Lennox Allen, he fought in his third fight, who was 22-0-1. That's where he fought for that interim title. You know what I mean? That W. So I'm like, they've been testing him a different way. That's what I see. Like, he fought one guy with a losing record, and that was in his pro debut. Like, they've been testing this dude a little different. I ain't saying necessarily fast track, and I get it, but if all else fails, with it just being limited opposition in terms of who really gonna test that dude, because you anything less than top level, top notch right now, Benavidez is beating your ass, bro. He gonna beat your ass. Go beat you up, man. So I don't know. I wonder what's next for him, man. I just want to see the dude get the opportunity. I feel like he deserves it.
Well. Here, what do we think about when you were saying how Charlo needs to maybe, get maybe get some fights on his belt to see if he mentally is ready to challenge Benavidez or Charlo. I mean Benavidez or Canelo. What do you think of Charlo and Morrell?
Yeah. Only reason
that's not the fight that Charlo should be entertaining next. I don't believe anybody's gonna take him.
What it do, family? How you feeling? Yes, both of them trained by Ronnie.
Because like Just was saying, Idos was a very good fighter. And that man ain't gonna fight again.
But Morrell wants all the smoke. Yeah, Morrell do. Yeah, and they definitely pushed Buddy to the forefront, gave him opportunities that you've never really, you can't even name two fighters that's gotten the opportunities that he has.
Yep.
Part twice was good with the family. How you feeling, bro?
I think the reason they fast track Lomo, like you were saying before, is one because of his age, and two because he just had so many amateur fights. Man, had over 400 something amateur fights. Where in Morrell's case, that's not his case. He's a young guy, and he still got time to develop.
That's why I would never argue about it. Like, for people that say,
but he's got more amateur experience than Benavidez, though.
Right? But I hear it. I hear them going back and forth, and I see what Morrell doing there, and it'd be very interesting to see. Like I said, I mean, worst thing for him if you lose now, better to lose early than late, man.
Or maybe there's just not that many good 168 pounders in there to give him,
right,
give him competition.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's why I say, man, Morrell, he looked like the goods. I'm gonna be paying attention to his next fight for sure. See how he get it done. He continues to look like he's improving to me, which I like to see. He's very comfortable in the ring. I love the rhythm that he fight with, the pace that he fight at. I like the shot selection. Dude is smart, man. Not the typical Cuban fighter. He want to inflict damage. He got some good pop at the end of them punches. So I like what I see in Morrell, but I get it. The number of fights is just the part that kind of gets people. But like Ant was saying, man, nobody could tell me that Loma wasn't taking the L against Gary Russell. I was like, man, bro, this dude got how many fights and they putting him in here with Gary? I said, man, Gary about to win this. Man,
you know what I'm saying?
So I said, man,
it's
damn.
also that experience, though,
I seen the guy stick his hand out on top of a guy's glove, move it from his face, and then pop him with the free hand. I was like, Loma, you being disrespectful, Loma.
Arm manipulation and all that.
Yeah, who taught you how to do that? Like, damn it, man. He was on my boy ass. So there's always that. But again, it's just always a good conversation. And I think it'll be a good fight. I don't think we get it next. I'm just one of them guys. I would like it. But again, I would like to see him get Canelo more so than anything.
Right.
Like that seemed like it's long overdue. Just get it out the way, man. If the young man can't beat you, we definitely won't ask for you to do it more than once. You get what I'm saying? We just need to get it over with. You left him with no options. He can't be a champion again without the opportunity. There's no other way. It's either that or what's next, 75? Or do you want to still stick around? Because that's the question. How long do you really want to be there? And like I say, he said he had like 2 more fights left or something like that. And this could have been one of the 2, or it could be 2 more after this, one of them. So he did.
If Canelo don't fight Benavidez in the next 2 fights, is anyone opposed to Benavidez moving up to 75?
Hell no. You know what I mean? That's pretty much his plan too, bro. Now I'm not opposed to it, especially knowing that he can be there right now if he wanted to be.
Right.
I love it. Because then you got guys like Beagle and the better Beavs, and I do think I don't know how most people look at Benavidez, but to me, I look at him as a guy that's willing to test and challenge himself. So I think he'll keep the same energy at 75.
Right. I would much rather see that than everybody watching Canelo play all these games. Be honest with you, but
absolutely, I'm right there with you, and that's why I said, like, just looking at it realistically, I don't think he's gonna give him the opportunity. So it's unfortunate, but it's like
right.
So he's gonna take a little break, but I know he's gonna get right back to it. He ain't take a lot of damage. He a dog in there, and I know he's eager to just keep proving himself, and he is an improving fighter. David is a dog, man, and what he does works for him. And I believe, I give him a ton of credit because, in my opinion, I think this is the second fight in a row where he beat a more skillful guy. Like he's finding a way to win these fights, not being the most skillful guy. You get, in my opinion, I think those dudes just boxing ability. It's a little bit sharper than his, man, and more rounded. But again, you can't outlast them. All that boxing stuff is cool till that monster start catching up to you. Right. Good with it, bro. Want the young kings to get his accolade, though. Me too. I want him to get his shot, bro. I really do. It's just unfortunate Canelo's at a point where they back everything he do because of what he bring in. So his demand to fight people is just not there. It's like, what you want to do next, champ? That's how they coming. Who you want next, champ? Right. He just point his finger and they make it happen, or you get to say who.
So is Canelo a duck?
I just think, I hate the duck word, right? But I just think this, right?
But
I don't think
the shoe fits. You got to wear it.
I just think he strategically is using his status to not fight the guys that the people want to see the most. You get what I'm saying? Like he's not.
Well, at this point, it's not about whether the people want to see it. I mean, that's just a fight to be made. I mean, who else at the top of your head can you really?
Yeah, we got to know things, bro. Like you said, it's the fight to be made, and it's the one people want to see. It's
right. No reason. So duck is a good word to use at this point.
It's like, yo, bro, what you doing? So it's like that's frustrating as hell that he gets to move that way.
Saul the man wants to fight anybody. Canelo has handlers, man. Canelo the brand. You know, he has handlers. I think that Saul the man, you know, we talk about the dude who they had his brother hostage and he was just like ice cold and still, you know what I mean, held it down. So I think that the man himself, he's a dog. He's looking to fight anybody. But again, it's like when you got the handlers and you got a brand to uphold, like this could be very, very, very scathing to his image if he were to go in and get whooped out.
That's a good excuse to the casual fans, but for the real boxing fans, that's just not an excuse.
75. I feel.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that justifies him or that absolves him of not fighting
LDTV
guys. But I'm saying it is what it is in regards to like the whole challenge and everything like that. Because when I look at that fight, I don't think that Canelo is concerned about the power or anything like that, but more so the activity. Do I feel like being in the greatest shape possible to defend against all that activity? This dude's gonna be throwing a whole bunch of punches. We've seen it in the Bivol fight. Even in that fight, it's not like he was getting pieced up throughout the fight. He was slipping a lot of punches, blocking a lot of shots, but the activity just like kept him on the outside. Like, damn, I can't even get my shots off. Because as soon as I step in, this dude is letting his hands go. He ain't trying to deal with all that activity, man, and all that youth.
Yeah,
I think that more so than anything is what really frustrated him, is that he couldn't get his stuff off. Bivol would get him first and always be active when he wanted to be.
Right.
Yep.
Benavidez is just a terrible style matchup, I think, for him. Because could you imagine like him, like he don't got the type of legs where he's utilizing the entire ring, like, so could you imagine how that fight would play out stylistically? He had to counterpunch the hell out of Benavidez.
I mean,
to watch, man.
I mean, no, don't get me wrong. I honestly don't think Canelo is afraid of him. But I truly think that he's for the things that you said before, the handlers and this, that, and the other. I think they are more likely as ducking more than Canelo himself is ducking.
Yeah, he's stubborn, and it's like, I hate the duck, but it's like in his mind he ain't scared of him, so he like, bro, I don't gotta fight him, and that's not a good reason. That's not a good reason, bro. Like, it ain't no reason why who is there left for that man to fight? They about to make him like or is he already your mandatory after winning this fight? So it's like, what more do it need to be? And he a true 68 pounder that could easily be up at 75. So it's like, fight that man, get it over with, bro. Show them people at you. He ain't. It's different when you get in there with you. Show him that. So you got to show us. Like, you not above showing that. That's all. I know you proven a lot.
Fact.
With your career, I get it. You took all types of challenges. I get it. Moved through the weight classes. I get it. Went up and down. I get all of it, bro. but you're not above still proving yourself when you have you demand our money financially. We have to go out of our pockets to watch you fight. There's no way to watch Canelo without spending your money, whether you physically go into the fight or you ordering a pay-per-view. So as long as that's the case, I think that's his responsibility, and that's where he falls short with, I think, a lot of the fans. You kind of disregard it's a responsibility that come with being this cash cow, this pay-per-view king. People have to pay for that for you to be able to stay at that status that you at. So again, are you gonna get the people with their money's worth, or are you gonna keep taking fights for your own financial benefit? That's the frustrating part. Like Charlo up, a guy that had his reputation was known as pretty much solid around the boxing world. You looked at him as a dog, as a lion, and I get it. He signed on the line. I get all of that. But that's the guy you gave an opportunity. You drag him up 2 weight classes and all in a night in a matter of 12 rounds. That man's reputation went from being solid as a rock to 180 in the other way. That's crazy. With that type of opportunity, knowing that you should have fought that man when y'all was at junior middleweight, but instead you wanted to participate at 155. So you had to and got out of responsibility of fighting those other top guys. That's always frustrating for me. And it's like, after all these years and the accomplishments, like at the least, this is all I'm asking for. You at 168, right? You got all them belts. Can you please fight somebody that's there? Not somebody that just moved up, not somebody that's you're dragging up, none of that. Just fight the guy that's in line right there. I have no problem with that. Take your pick. Fight a 68 pounder, bro. That's just all I want to say. Because anything less, we know what it is. You know, running the bill fighters beating him, no. None of that. We know where the challenges lie. Like, we ain't fools. We watching it. At least we know where we feel like the challenges lie, and it's a reason that you're not giving that young man an opportunity. And it's not that you scared, but I think he understands where he at in his career. I think he getting older. He old in boxing terms, in terms of fights. You know, not age, but I think stylistically, you know, that dude is a headache, and I don't know if, you know, in his stubborn mind, he wants to deal with that. Get what I'm saying? And at the same token, he carries it like, I ain't got to prove that to y'all. I don't got to fight him.
Well, actually, he does. He does. It's a 50-50 fight, in my opinion, but he does kind of have to prove it to the boxing world that, you know, him and Benavidez is a fight that we all want to see, because I think everyone will pay for it no matter what.
You know,
as a fan, I agree with you. But him as the man, he like Just was saying, he don't realistically, he don't have to prove anything to us.
I got one. People said nope.
And I want to expound upon the point that, you know, it's fan friendly, because like unlike most fighters, like people get behind Benavidez and people get behind Canelo. It ain't just their culture behind them. There's people who actually like boxing who support him. So that fight's going to sell no matter what. It's going to be a big money draw. And after the performance Benavidez just displayed, granted he beat Boo Boo, but you know, it was impressive fashion. They're going to want to see, like they're going to fully believe that this is the man that's going to be able to take you down. So like you wear that crown on your little that logo that he got. He says undisputed. It's time to prove it. Like, yo, fight this man. This man has earned the opportunity to fight for that title, and you being the title holder deserve to defend it against all comers, especially those who have like littered the rank and file and came out on top. So I don't see why it shouldn't happen. And honestly, if he come in the shape that he came in with that Charlo fight, I think it's gonna be fireworks.
I agree 100%. 100%. I think that was the best Canelo I think I've ever seen, to be honest with you.
What, against Charlo?
Man, I mean, the man looked, the one.
Yeah, I mean, he was in shape. He was throwing punches with intentions. Like it was just one of those. It was just one of those things. I don't know if it was because it was just Charlo, and he was trying to prove a point.
Right.
But that was a real good outing by Canelo for sure.
That dude, just fight a 68 pounder, Nello. That's it. Take your pick.
Right.
You got a few of them there, man. That could potentially push you and
right. I feel you. Yeah.
But it's got to be a
minute. I'm telling you, he don't 817 because the legs, like he got the upper body movement, and I don't even think that is the same as what it's been. I could just imagine a Benavidez in range making that a hell of a fight for this dude. Like just hell for him in there. Like stylistically, I'm saying, like, just think about Beevil's rapid fire and how he had to deal with that. That was a lot for him. So I think Benavidez just a little more bad intentions on them punches. And just a combination, I could see you can't dip too many of them. You see how it was for Beaver was stringing them joints. I'm like, yo, notice he was trying to rely on the upper body movement, head movement, stuff like that to try to get it wasn't working, bro. The feet are like cement. And I think y'all two dudes that don't have the best feet, and y'all be right there. Like it's gonna be a fight. I don't see Canelo getting away from him for 12 rounds. 817 was good with it. Freestyle Media Sports was good, bro.
What's good, man? What's good with it, fellas?
How you feeling, bro?
Good.
You got it. What's good with you?
Hey, bro.
Who do y'all think punch harder out of Canelo?
Point, y'all think Benavidez? Y'all at this point, y'all really think Cinnabon wanna fight Benavidez, bro? As good a shape as he was in and all of that, real talk.
Yeah.
He had a motherfucker moving up. He had a motherfucker moving up 14 pounds. In his first fight, he was trying to bite off more than he could chew, and he knew that. That's why he signed it. Yeah, I mean,
that wasn't because of him though. That's because the Charlo didn't want to. It was in his little mental health thing, so you can't blame that on Canelo.
Okay, listen. Let's.
I mean, is that fair to say,
bro? Okay, hold on. Let's just be 100 about Canelo Alvarez.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Canelo Alvarez is a talented individual. He is a talented individual, always has been, right? To whom much is given, much is required. We only ask these things of Canelo because we know he has the ability. Let's just put that out there, right? For anybody, you know what I'm saying? For all the quote unquote Canelo hater shade I give him, whatever, right? It's because I think he has the ability. He has greatness in him, right? But he is unwilling to take a hold of it unless he has the advantage. And let me explain. We've seen Canelo Alvarez throughout his career, right, at times turn down shit because he did not have the advantage, because it was more of a 50-50 on the line shit. We've seen him drop belts before. You know what I'm saying? To motherfuckers we all feel as though he could have beat, or at least it would have been a 50-50 competitive match at the time. Speaking of the Andres and Charlos at 154 and 160 to complete shit that he said that he wanted to do, right? And, you know, go fight the Rocky Fieldings and others of the world. You dig what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I'm not saying that he don't have the ability to beat anyone. Canelo only fights when he has the advantage. A motherfucker is either long in the tooth or has shown weakness, or they coming up in weight or some shit like that where he has the advantage. He only fought Kovalev. You know, gave him a short count, put all that money in his face, and only gave him a short count after the wear and tear.
True indeed.
You did. He's a pick-off artist and an opportunist. Yeah. So with me saying that, I'm saying Benavidez at this time is young, strong, and fighting at a weight class that he really doesn't belong in. The boy's shrinking down to it. That boy huge.
He is.
Right, and he's steady coming. And Canelo at this point, right, to be in a war with a motherfucker like that who's already dwarfing him in size, not just height, you know, but when he rehydrate, Benavidez, he over a light heavyweight. He over that 175 pounds, bro.
Probably in there. Easy.
Yeah, he probably. Yeah, bro. Say that's a big motherfucker, bro. To be constantly coming. That ain't something that tickle his fancy right now. You feel what I'm saying?
It's crazy for him.
Where do he have the advantage there, Just? You feel what I'm saying? Besides maybe experience, right?
Experience, bro. And that's not enough all the time. Like, he might overcome that with just that stylistically, he might just be a lot.
Put a rehydration clause on his big ass.
But see, but again, and you know, whatever it is, a motherfucker gonna sign it, right? A motherfucker gonna sign it. But even the inclination, right? Even putting might in the conversation for Canelo at this point in his career is not something that he wants to do. He don't want to be involved in no might shit.
Yeah, nah. I think he
You
just
feel what I'm
wants
saying?
victories. Respectfully, making business moves, and it's business as usual for that dude. And I think when we call that out, that's not disregarding all the work that he has put in, but let's acknowledge the reason he's main reason he moving that way, because he know what he generate and he know the work he put in. He's feel like he's above having to prove it. That's what I get from him when he speaks. He's above having to prove it, bro. I prove it with every fight. This is what he think. I'm always giving y'all the toughest fights, and I just don't think that's the complete truth. Like,
Even when the word Mike came in his last fight, Mike, right? Mike always associated with Charlo. Charlo might be able to sustain gaining that weight and have the win. Charlo might catch him. You feel what I'm saying? Charlo might be able to box him from all the mites laid on his end. That's why Canelo signed it. If not, then you got to think at 154 pounds and 160 pounds, the same motherfuckers was available for titles for him to complete undisputed. Right?
Okay.
And he did, but those mites didn't just lay on their end at that time. They laid on both ends.
Right.
It was more of a 50-50 thing.
Right.
Canelo's not going to do that, bro.
Okay, elephant in the room, and I'm gonna give a disclaimer. He's my favorite fighter of all times. Take it as you will.
I heard, bro. You didn't have to tell nobody that. We heard that.
No, hold on. But let's be honest. Out of all the fighters that's in the game today, who can do? Who career has gone the way Mayweather's career has gone?
I mean, shit, nobody's.
Meaning, what I'm saying is, you're in a position to pick and choose who you want to fight.
Oh yeah, I get that.
Okay, so with that being said, we all are, back in the day, some of us same boxing aficionados and people who love the game of boxing said the same stuff about Mayweather. But Canelo is doing some of the same stuff. And like I said, Mayweather is my favorite fighter of all times. I may not agree with every move that he made, but it is what it is. And I think Canelo is kind of sort of the same blueprint of that, if there's such a thing.
Nah, he just manipulated.
Because I don't think he's afraid of Benavidez at all.
He just manipulated the situation, bro. Floyd created a vacuum and created that situation and basically put him in.
No, that's fine. I agree. That's fine, but I still think Canelo's at that point where he can call his own shots and move the way he moved.
He can call his own shots and move the way he moved because people such as yourself and his fan base will accept it. You'll accept Rocky Field. You'll accept it. You'll go buy it and you'll go see it. Listen, you'll go buy Rocky Fielding, right? His Mexican fan base will go buy Rocky Fielding, right? Because they're not anticipating him. They're not watching to see if he's going to get beat or if he's going to get challenged or whatever. They're going to celebrate him and watch a coronation. Watch him beat somebody they know he gonna beat. Y'all will accept that. You feel what I'm saying? Listen, the reason why we continue to get the matchups and why y'all be bitching about pay-per-views and certain matchups and this, that, and the third is because they know y'all gonna buy it any fucking way. It's just like the wife at home that's got low self-esteem or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? The one that ain't checking you when you say you're going to the grocery store and you be out there for an hour and a half and you come back and she ain't smelling your dick. You feel what I'm saying? She gonna bitch a lot, but you still gonna do what you do. You did? That's boxing fans. We bitch a lot, complain a lot, but you motherfuckers still gonna buy that shit. Until Canelo sees, until he sees one of his shits put on and Tecate don't make their money and his advertisers and all of that shit, they don't make that money and them gates don't come out because he ain't fighting no goddamn body, then you'll see him with a change.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm not
But when the water
disagreeing with
run dry,
anything you're saying, but like I said, with Mayweather, I didn't agree or agree with everything that he did in the way he ran his career, but it still doesn't disregard the fact that he's my favorite fighter. Now with Canelo, in reference to Mayweather, I mean, it's going to be like that Mayweather Pacquiao. This Benavidez and Canelo is going to be the same stuff. We've been marinating on it for a while, but I
Canelo
think
career.
eventually it will happen. I think eventually them two will fight.
Associate Canelo. You can't associate Canelo with Mayweather because Mayweather fought motherfuckers during their primes when they was a challenge. When he came in as a young kid,
but this isn't about Mayweather. I was just trying to use an analogy.
But you tried to use the analogy or make the parallel, but there is no making those parallels because Canelo didn't face those champions when they were at the top of their game. He faced champions that were long in the tooth or at catch weights. So it's not the same. Floyd career and Canelo career are nothing alike.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Y'all just like to associate that because of the Mayweather Pacquiao fiasco, but in entirety as a career, there are no parallels in that career.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think also.
So at this point, we're gonna keep fighting who we want, yeah. And because he know people will pay for it, and he's spoiled, privileged, that's just how he moving.
Where is his Zab Judah? That's just a easy lame example. But where is his Zab Judah?
Well, like I said before, I'm not, trying to give you specifics and going down, each guy, fighter per fighter, and where they was established in their careers at the time. That's not what I was trying to do. But if you're trying to go there, I'm not with you on that level. But what I am saying is this: we've been talking about Benavidez and Canelo for a long time, for a good little while, and it's going to marinate to the point where eventually they will fight in our time, in our lifetime.
I feel like the longer it goes, the less likely we are to see it because the older
absolutely.
So it's like that. It's that.
But it's good conversation though.
I'm
enjoying it.
So in one stance, you say it's been marinating so long that it's bound to happen in our lifetime, and then just say, well, with the way things going, if it keep going longer, I just don't think we're gonna see it. And you say,
no, he's saying we will. No, he's saying we will see it.
No,
you don't. Well, what do you think? Are we going to see it or are we not?
It's the less likely. I feel like, you get what I'm saying. So,
the less likely we will see it.
The less likely we're gonna see that fight because I feel like he gonna be going down and Benavidez is gonna be coming up, and the more likely he is to be at disadvantages, the less likely we're gonna see that fight. Like so, and he already at him as it is, and it's like. I just don't know what's going to change his tune, but I hope I'm an optimistic dude. I'm always hopeful that, but he's just so stubborn, and I think he already came out and said he ain't fighting him again. So I was like,
I mean, as a boxing fan, of course we want to see it, right? Of course, we want to see it. Shit, we want to see him rematch Bivol. You know what I'm saying? We want to see all kinds of shit, right? But we got to talk about, again, the propensity. What do you really think it's going to happen? Do you really think it's going to happen?
Pacquiao and Mayweather wasn't going to happen?
No, I knew it was going to happen.
Oh, really?
I knew it was going to happen. Yeah,
5 years later.
Listen.
Okay, I'm just saying. Okay,
I knew the fight would happen, and let me tell you why I knew the fight would happen. Just like I knew eventually he was going to come around to fight a Charlo or Andrade or somebody like that, because at the end of the day, sooner or later, you run out of easy runs. You got to take one of them, but generally you want to take one of them when you got the ups, and I'm speaking in reference to guys like Canelo. When they have options, when they are provided options, right, and they're able to sit back and pick and choose, they understand I can take 3 short straws and then take a long one and keep the money rolling. So like I said, yes, I knew Floyd and Manny would eventually fight because eventually, right, the short straws will run out and the big bag will be there for them to do it.
Right.
But as long as I can get away with it, I will. It's human fucking nature.
Right.
And let me ask you this, all of you guys on it. He only has X amount of fights left. We know that, you know, his career is winding down. And, you know, do you think he makes fights to try to keep the record the same way it is, or does he make fights to try to make the most money that he can make? Because given that, I believe that fight happens, but it will be his last fight.
I think I agree with that one.
I'll say this, there's always that possibility, but then again, it's like, how long is that going to take, right? And this dude said he got like, what did he say, 4 or 5 more years left. But I know
I think they fight by 2025. I think they fight.
I mean, why would Jaime Munguia even be mentioned with this man at this point? We've seen what Jaime Munguia has offered us, right? We seen the best in what he got to offer us. Why would he even be mentioned in the same breath? You know what I'm saying? Why would he even be an option when you have somebody as exciting as a David Benavidez available to fight, if in fact making history, making the big fights, giving the fans what they want to see is an option.
Right.
You feel me?
Rich Hall of Fame.
No, I feel you. Quote unquote. I'm not. I mean, it may sound like it, but I'm not a Canelo quote unquote fan. But I understand the business of the game, and I think we all do.
I just hope, man. I'm hoping. I just, you know, as that time tick, you know, you working against two things. Canelo's just getting older naturally in the sport, and the time.
Absolutely. I mean, he got 60 fights under his belt. That's a lot.
And I agree
with that. He ain't got too much longer at 68. He already said he had like 2 more fights left. I got to go back and look, because this could have been one of the fights. So he could say 2 more after this. So
yeah, it was 2
that's
more.
how I look at that.
I'll be looking at David on the scale, bro. I'll be looking at David on the scale, and I'll be looking at David after fights and what he looked like walking around. You feel me? When that boy hit that scale and do that flex, bro, look at his face.
Right.
That nigga face gaunt as fuck, bro. Like, he damn near skeletal. You feel me? Right. When he hitting that 168. So we know he ain't long for that motherfucker, and Canelo know it too. Hey man, if y'all don't think drawing a nigga out of the weight is a strategy, I don't know what to tell you, motherfuckers.
Definitely.
I think it's too much. It's way too much money to be made for them not to fight each other.
Bruh, listen, it's way too much money to be made not fighting that nigga too.
Yeah.
If in fact he a threat and can knock you off your shit, and you got options. We have watched fighters throughout these weight classes, even over the last 10 years, avoid guys for so long in a weight class till they know they outgrowing the weight class.
I feel you.
Shit, like, it's out there. We got plenty of motherfucking examples, from the little guys all the way up to the big ones. Draw that nigga out. Let that horse run long. Let him keep jumping up there and trying to make that scale and killing himself to do it. He looking at him on the scale too. Why you think everybody watch weigh-ins? Shit.
Just imagine Canelo saying going down the weight to get undisputed. That'd be wild, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It'd have to be nice as hell. Yeah, I don't think it's nothing this dude could do. I'm telling you, it's crazy. He's just steadfast on not giving that young man that opportunity.
We're to wait and see right now.
Yeah, we'll see, man. I won't count it out all the way, but I don't feel too good about the chances. Again, let's see how much time got to pass. Let's see what these dudes, what next fights is about, because I already know what Benavidez want. He hell bent on it. He deserve it at this point.
He want the throne. He want the throne. He want to be the one. You feel what I'm saying? Like the loss. Listen, the loss to Floyd. I mean, goddamn, that's a badge of honor. Damn near. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, if he just didn't utterly bust you up and finish you, for him to make it, I mean, he thoroughly got his ass whooped. But for him to make the bell, oh man, it wasn't the L, it was a learning lesson, right? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, and then as you move on, you look at the Lara fight. That goes down as a great fight for me. You know what I'm saying? No, I got the influence or whatever. But the Lara fight goes down as one of those, that one great fight, that one time, you know what I'm saying, where he put it on the line and it was kind of 50-50. Kind of, like I said.
Right.
All right. And then you got, your Triple G shit. And Triple G, what? He was long in the tooth. As good as he was an older, middleweight, right? So at the end of the day, you really ain't took no major L. Benavidez, bro, and the way that he fight and the way that Canelo fights, you put those things together, if he comes out on the losing end, right? It's a great fight, but it's a passing of the torch, no matter how you look at it. And you know that Benavidez is going to finish him, right? And Canelo got that chin, he got that mystique. He ain't been done like that. If that young man can gas him out and drop and put him down, right?
Man.
That's something different in history, fellas. I don't know if Canelo want to go out like that or want to risk it like that. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I think he could beat the boy, because I think David his big ass feet, his footwork is horrible. And I think if Reynoso and Canelo really get in there and put together a plan, they can outbox him, outpoint him, and hurt him. Right? I will put my money on Canelo if they fought. But I'm just saying the fucking risk for that guy, hell no. Because I haven't seen him not risk it all for lesser guys before.
Right. True indeed. All facts, man.
Well, if there would be any time, it would be now to do it, to risk it all in the twilight of your career. And if you happen to get the dub, you go out on top, but just don't come back like Mike, you know what I mean, with the Wizards. Go out 98, last shot against the Utah Jazz, and just ride off into the sunset right there. Yo, I'm going to say this, though, 817. One of the things that I thought about, right, with Munguia is, let's say, okay, after this 3-fight deal is done with the PBC, maybe he wants to pivot to another, promotional entity / broadcasting network, and that kind of leaves the door open for that. If you take the Munguia fight, because now you're breaking bread with them, you're making money with them, and all right, you take Munguia and then you fight Charlo in your last fight, or you fight somebody else, and then boom, you're able to skate off, and if you want to keep fighting, you can make your money elsewhere.
Facts.
Keep
and
those
the bag stay full.
going.
Facts and the bag stay full. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I say I can take 3 short straws and a long one. You did? Yeah, I get it. I know why his name being mentioned, right? But that's why I posed it that way, right? It's not about, the shit that he claimed us about, that he sell to the fans and that they chew and eat up when they go out there and say, we don't fuck around and all that shit. You feel what I'm saying? It just ain't it, bruh. Because if it was that, Jaime Munguia wouldn't be, because Jaime Munguia is fucking around. You did? Like, to think that I got to go train 90 days to go beat up Jaime Munguia, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Right. Well, man, it's just the next fights for these dudes gonna be interesting though. But I like David, man. He earned him a win. Salute to Andre going out the way he did, but it's all we always thirsting for what's next. So we gonna see. But I know
Boo Boo did all he could, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
he did all he could. He ain't had the bullets.
For sure. But man, we got Ryan this weekend, y'all. We got Ryan, and Tio been doing some talking too, man. I got some little short clips from this dude. Tio is a damn character at this point, man.
I spoke to Devin the other day about you, and Bill Haney said he'd love to kind of settle that family feud you guys have had going on.
Yeah, they're saying that just so they keep the momentum going for their fight. They're not going to make the fight happen. I hit up his own damn son, and he didn't want the fight. During the times that they had the fallout.
What would it take to make a Devin Haney fight, for example?
I gave him the best offer right there. I said the MSG, Madison Square Garden Sphere, is reserved next year for Teofimo to open up boxing. Let's make a fight happen. And he said no. Hell yeah.
Yeah, Tio's a character guy. I'm telling you. He said no. Of course, man, because you ain't offering nothing to nobody that way, bro. You ain't offering that, man. You can't offer him no fight like that. You don't have that type of pull over there. You ain't making fights for yourself. You know damn well you not. So what was he supposed to say to that? You know what I mean? You out here suggesting whole offers. No, that shit ain't going like that. And you know he was in negotiations with Regis anyway, so I don't know what he expected to happen. I don't make too much of that. I mean, that's his point of view. I don't look at it as they're turning nothing down. Just always remember he said Tio don't lie. Remember he had 140, so that's always a fight that's gonna be on the table as long as y'all in the same division. That'd be a fun fight, to be honest with you. But
that boy love a camera, bro. That boy love a camera, don't he?
Not only did Tio, he said that, but he said he turned down the
You're saying you turned down the Ryan Garcia fight. Can you tell me why?
When you're the best, when you are the guy, when you bring major sponsors, endorsements, big major business deals, when you offer me a 1.5 stake in the piece, fuck you. So no, yeah, I declined the offer.
Man, this dude, he's so big on himself. We bring big sponsorships, endorsements, business deals. Like, bro, he turned the Ryan Garcia fight down. But it's crazy. Just one video, and this is the same video too. They're just separate clips. One you trying to say somebody turn you down, then you just get right into how you turn down fight for real. Oh man, I was hearing that on the table with him and Ryan Garcia. You see Ryan saying if he gotta go through Teofimo, he willing to do it, but you hear Tio talking about how he turned the fight down and why he turned it down. He's a funny dude, but he's a talented, silly dude, man. I just want to see him get back in there, and it's weird because, like I said, from what I hear, he's supposed to be doing some exhibition in his hometown or something like that, Honduras or something along the lines. So I don't know what this dude doing in terms of his career. It's hard to get a beat on what exactly is he doing. Like, we can guess, but it's weird because after a big fight like that you won, you beat the hell out of Josh Taylor, and then you just fall back into this. I just don't see how it makes sense. Like, I don't get it. Meanwhile, he's trying to convince the world that somebody turned down a fight with you, and you about to fight an exhibition as an active fighter. You tripping right now, Tio. Bugging out. I like him, but he tripping. So it's been great calls for taking a little less than usual to fight big names. Right. Something.
Well, I mean, it depends too. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Since you're gonna this the problem, right? They always tell us, fuck the business of boxing, just worry about, the fights and shit, right? But then you got a motherfucker get in front of the camera and tell you, they come with 1.5 stake. Okay. So now what? The question is, was it 1.5 flat or was it 1.5 and some extra shit? You know what I'm saying? We'll never know. But at the end of the day, Tio in a position of where he on the up, Ryan on the down. So he ain't got to accept no motherfucker. Well, who are you to be making an offer to me? You feel what I'm saying? You can say you want to fight me, and I reach out and be like, this is what it is, but you're not gonna make no demands to me. That's really why he turned it down, I would think. Am I using common sense to adjust with that?
Right. Facts. Right.
Like, bitch, I just got through beating Josh Taylor. You just got through taking the knee, bending the knee to Tank. Like, you're not in no position to say me shit.
Right.
That's a flex for Tio. Even if he did, you see what I'm saying? That's some dumbass shit for Ryan and his team and his people to really do. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you will be grateful if Tio and his team, to be honest with you, as fucked up as Tio can be, right? As Ryan Garcia in the position that you in, you will be grateful if Tio came through and offered you a 90-10 split or some shit.
Right.
Just to be honest, bro. Just to be honest, because you damn sure your skills ain't really put you in place in that type of position. It ain't nothing but your following and shit put you in that position. Ain't nothing you've really done.
Right.
So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Now, you could go and prove yourself and shock the world or whatever and do some amazing motherfucking shit, but the chances are slim or none. The slim goddamn is on his way out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's cap. And I mean, if Ryan them team did that, then they stupid as fuck for offering themselves to get embarrassed.
Right.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah, it's no telling what Oscar. Yeah, him and Ryan on the outs. Trying to get Ryan in there with anybody.
Facts. And you know what? It might be part of a ploy to embarrass him like that too.
Right.
Nobody wants to fight him. I mean, he's not good enough for anybody to fight. You know, Oscar good for that weekend shit.
You can't get the fights without me.
Facts.
Yeah. Teo's a funny guy, man. But look, Ryan, it's all on you. You had a lot to say, so let's see how you look come Saturday, because Duarte guaranteeing a win and a knockout. So
Well, I've been seeing a few other people being like, you know what I'm saying, Ryan should handle dude, you know, and I don't expect nothing less. I don't think this is the death of Ryan Garcia. That horse still got a little tread on the horseshoe. You dig what I'm saying? It's still more money to be made. So I really don't see Ryan going out like that this weekend, but you know, it's boxing. Anything can motherfucking happen.
Right. And for those that I read it today, Lomachenko and Kambosos is supposed to be close to being finalized for like April 13th or 14th in a stadium in London. Yeah, so we
know what that is.
Anyway, no surprise there.
Yeah, we know what that is. We know what that is. We know.
And did it say for IBF title? I believe on top of that. So
boy, you know, say man, you know, Bob gonna make a way.
Yeah, to get that man, he gonna and not only a title shot, but an actual for sure win.
Fuck you mean?
And maybe they might revisit that other fight. Maybe when it's a unification. I hope. I still like to see that fight.
Right. And you know what? It'll be another dangled carrot in front of who?
Shakur. Yeah.
Okay.
Right when you leaving, let's set this up like this, and well, here's Loma. You know you get Loma at the yeah.
I'm just, you know, hey, I just be quiet. I'm sitting back, but you already peeping the play.
Yeah. Man, I would like to see him somewhere else just because I know it could guarantee different fights. And we already know what kind of to expect from Bob. You might can get the fights, but you might not. And that a risk that you need to be taking when you know you're willing to take the risk? Is you willing to take that risk and let somebody possibly stagnate you or whatever the case? Because he just got his own, you know, financial gain in mind or whatever the case. But I don't like the games, man. And it felt like a Bud 2.0. Like a Bud 2.0.
Bob just remind me of an old white man feeding ducks. You feel what I'm saying? And he got the biggest motherfucking sacks of bread you can imagine. But when he reach in there, he only gonna get a small granule of bread out and drop it down for him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know, and just when the ducks get ready to run off to somebody else, he'll drop them. You know what I'm saying? Drop them enough to keep them there.
Oh, spoon feed them.
Facts. But shit, man, I got some reservations and shit. I'm gonna get out of the way. I just had to slide through and say what's up, bro.
You already know. Appreciate you, my bro.
For sure. Salute.
All right. To everybody in the building. Another dope build in the book. Salute to everybody that came in the panel. All my good brothers. Yeah, I hope we do get some more cross-promotional fights. And yeah, them negotiations be so damn bad, it feel like we be involved, right? I'm going to take Shakur through there. Look, I think it'd be a good fight. I'd like to see it still. Fighters against someone. That curve, will his numbers be lower? Maybe. I don't see why he should go back. I don't see why he should go backwards though. I hope it's up for him. William Old School, peace, my brother Gertz. The rest of the gang. Salute to everybody in the building. Another dope build in the books. We got Ryan Garcia fight week this week. Let's see if he really focused on Duarte and he gonna get the job done. I hope so. But with that, man, salute to everybody in the building. Y'all make sure y'all smash the like button and sub to the channel. Quick prediction. I think Nunes could pull it off. Rock'em might be a little damaged. I think that's the right guy I got mine. I think, yeah, and Nunes been looking impressive for sure. Peace to Miss Joette and Be Easy IB. Salute to you, bro. I'll make sure y'all enjoy the rest of y'all good Tuesday, and we'll be back tomorrow at 4 to build on some more boxing. And with that, we're gonna get up out of here, y'all. Peace to the fan.